Just started university, and my beautiful tutor turns out to be the mother of my child. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 726 Brother, it's up to you. After getting off the bus, Zhang Yuxi happily handed the exercise book to KK solemnly. KK, sister, I don't want it. Zhang Yuxi said with a straight face. No, you need it. The problem was solved, and Zhang Yuxi was happy. KK was about to cry. This incident quickly spread to the internet and sparked a lot of discussion. Because there were so many people recording the video, it goes without saying that you can see the confused expressions of the family. Especially when Zhang Yuxi received the homework, the smile on his face disappeared visibly, and finally he wanted to cry because he had no desire to live. In addition to her, Lin Feng also became popular. One weird question after another made him dumbfounded and he didn't know how to answer. Damn it, I was nearby, but I missed her by a minute, so angry. My mom asked me to go shopping with her, but I didn't agree. I missed her perfectly, I want to cry. But my mom was very supportive, I got her autograph and photo. I contributed a lot to Zhang Yuxi's homework, haha. The way she looked at me at that time, haha. What did Zhang Yuxi do wrong to make you treat her like this? I can only say that this is a great idea. The brother in front of me ran over and asked Mr. Lin, Mr. Lin, can I be your sixth child? I almost laughed to death. This is my voice. If not a child, being a son-in-law is fine. Grandson is also fine. On the first day of the Chinese New Year, Raymond Lam's family brought a lot of happiness to everyone. However, they still underestimated everyone's strength. A talented up made a ghost sea video with the funny expressions of the family. As soon as it was released, it was liked and collected and commented on more than 10,000. When I came in, I didn't expect it to be so funny. Haha. It's over, I can't walk out anymore, I'll die of laughter here sooner or later. Haha, we have to give our general manager Lin face. Where are the people? Let's go. Dancing for the second miss. Dancing for the fourth young master. Dancing for the third princess. Dancing for general manager Lin. Dancing for the homework book. PFFT, who the hell is dancing for the homework book? As long as we cover the homework book, Zhang Yuxi won't be able to see it. Up is so talented, hahaha, I believe she will be able to see it soon. In the evening, the Qin family organized a dinner, and Qin Zhang would not be back until the fourth day of the new year. At the dinner table, the two families ate happily. Qin's mother tried her best to take care of everyone, ordered their favorite food, and opened the best wine in the store. Qin Zhuang's grandparents were not present due to health reasons, and were taken care of by his aunt. However, the red envelopes they gave to Zhang Yuxi were kept by Qin's mother, and at the end of the meal, she handed the two thick red envelopes to Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi happily took it, smiled sweetly and said a long string of blessings. The Qin family couple was so happy that they looked envious. You have taught the children very well, really, very well. I have never seen anyone who can teach all the children so well. This patience is not something that ordinary people have. When it comes to the education of children, Zhang Yuxi is very proud to praise her husband. This is thanks to the efforts of the children's father. I can have what I have today with his silent support. Qin's mother smiled, you merit a good husband. Zhang Yuxi now talks about Lin Feng, always with a happy face. On the night of the first day of the Lunar New Year, there's a light show in Beijing. Qin's mother found a good seat and sat on the second floor of the tea house. She could see the lights of the floats on the long street. Lin Feng has good eyesight. He saw the figures of Lin Ji's family of 4 in the crowd and called him to bring the children upstairs. This is a floor-to-ceiling window with a large area. KK and Fanfan were very happy to watch through the window. Young people can't sit still after all. Sibao looked for a while and said he wanted to buy food. You and I talked back and forth, and finally KK and Fanfan also wanted to join in the fun. When Zhao wanted to go and take care of the children, Lin Feng asked Erbao and the others to take good care of the children. There were so many people here, and they couldn't get lost. Mother Qin smiled, they are all adults, and there will be no problem taking care of 2 children. You just sit here for a while. When Zhao became a full-time mother, starting from doing housework and taking care of children with clumsy hands, How much effort and sadness she has put in to make her know everything now and become a superwoman in the eyes of the children. Taking care of one child is already very hard, let alone taking care of two. It is difficult for one Zaya to steal a half day of leisure. Mother Qin asked about Linji's company and said with a smile, "We are all a family. If you have any difficulties in Beijing in the future, tell us. We have many acquaintances." Linji looked grateful. "Thank you in advance. I may cause trouble to you when the time comes." Father Qin is a silent man. While drinking tea, he looks at the lanterns and says a few words from time to time. There happened to be chess here, and Lin Feng asked, "What a coincidence." Qin's father knew how to play, and the two of them started playing chess right away. On the second day of the Chinese New Year, women would go back to their parents' home. The family in Beijing had nothing to do, so they went out to play on their own. They could no longer get along with the young people. Lin Feng and his wife went shopping, and it was a rare time for them to spend time alone. On the third day of the Chinese New Year, Lin Feng started visiting the families of his acquaintances in Beijing with gifts. On the fourth day of the Chinese New Year, General Qin said he would come back, but he didn't. He said he would wait for a few days. This wait led to Dabao coming first. It was evening when he came. The family was having dinner outside, and Dabao came in without saying a word and stood behind Zhang Yuxi. Erbao, who was opposite, saw Dabao first and was about to call for help, but Dabao motioned her not to speak. Finally, even Xiaobao saw him, and the family members were very tacitly silent. But they all looked at Zhang Yuxi at the same time, which made her look puzzled. "What's wrong? Is my face stained?" Xiaobao giggled, and everyone laughed out loud. Zhang Yuxi's eyes widened. "What are you laughing at? You guys are the funny ones." Suddenly, she heard a chuckle behind her, which sounded very familiar. Zhang Yuxi noticed something, turned her head and was shocked. "Oh my god, you scared me." She patted her chest and stood up, hitting her son. "You want to scare me to death? You didn't say a word." She blamed him, but she couldn't hide the smile on her face. Her eyebrows and eyes were curved with laughter. "Why didn't you tell me when you came back? Have you eaten? Sit down quickly. What do you want to eat?" They were eating hot pot, and they could order as much as they wanted. Zhang Yuxi asked the waiter to order the dishes. Dabao sat down and looked. "No need to order, Mom. Aren't there still a lot of dishes?" Zhang Yuxi ignored her son and muttered while ordering dishes, "How can those dishes be enough? Don't you like to eat tripe? Give me 3 plates, and luncheon meat." She had almost forgotten what Dabao liked to eat. She ordered 7 or 8 dishes, and Dabao didn't order anything until he said it was enough. Zhang Yuxi looked at Dabao and said distressedly, "You've lost weight and look more haggard than before." Dabao laughed. "Everyone says I've gained weight." Zhang Yuxi snorted, "How do they know what you looked like before?" Lin Feng took off his coat, rolled up his sweater sleeves and watched quietly. When his wife had finished talking, he asked, "How long can I rest?" Dabao replied, "The boss gave me a week's vacation this time, so I can spend some time with you guys." Xiaobao came over and asked, "Brother Dabao, you've worked hard." Dabao smiled gently and took out a red envelope from his pocket. "Here, Happy New Year." Xiaobao happily put it away. "Thank you, Brother Dabao, Happy New Year to you too." They were all ready to leave. Now that Dabao came, they ate for another half an hour. Although Dabao looked mature and steady, he had a good alcohol tolerance. Sibao wanted to toast him, but was stopped by Sanbao. "Let's wait for General Qin to come, and we'll drink together." Sibao slapped the table. "Brother, our reputation depends on you." Dabao smiled. "Don't count on me, I can't drink more than General Qin." He poured the wine. "Let's not talk about anything else, we're a family together, so drink less. Dad, Mom, you guys drink less too." After drinking and returning to the hotel, Zhang Yuxi was thinking about when her son would bring his daughter-in-law to meet him. How many days have they waited? Compared to Zhang Yuxi's tipsiness, Lin Feng looked completely drunk. Why rush? We'll meet sooner or later. Chapter 727 Daughter-in-law meets parents. The next day, Dabao called Keisha after he sobered up. He was at the airport and would arrive in the evening. The two had already discussed this meeting with the parents. But at the last minute, Keisha, a dignified diplomat who could remain calm in any occasion, was actually nervous. "I'm worried that my uncle and aunt won't like it." "No, my parents respect my choice, and you are so outstanding. After learning about our relationship, They like you very much? Uncle and aunt like me, but what about your brother and sister? What if they don't like me? You think too much? I'm so lucky to have a girlfriend. How could they not like it? Keisha chuckled, I know, I will dress up to attend in the evening. No need to be so grand, just meet and have a meal. Keisha appeared in a heroic professional suit. Her beautiful face and strong aura attracted the attention of people around her. She got into the car, revealing a rare girlish innocence. Of course, it has to be grand. The first impression is very important. I won't talk to you anymore. I'm getting in the car. See you tonight. Beijing is not big or small. Everyone has their own circle. Keisha lives in a villa community. Many dignitaries live here. Compared with a luxury, this place can be considered simple. As soon as she entered the house, she went upstairs to her room. Auntie hurried to tell Kay's mother. Kay's mother, who was busy in the kitchen, wiped her hands and said, I'll go and see. As soon as she entered the house, she saw Keisha taking a shower. Mom, Ping and I are going to meet his family today. What do you think looks good? Kay's mother knew about this. She did not object to her daughter's relationship and admired Dabao. Let me see. Keisha came out of the bathroom and had blow-dried her hair. Mom, how do you choose? Most of Keisha's wardrobe is fashionable women's suits, which look serious but not so rigid. There are only a few skirts and coats. Keisha immediately felt bad. It's over, there's nothing suitable. Kay's mother was speechless. I told you to buy some clothes when you have time. It's been a few months, where are the clothes? Keisha was also speechless, aggrieved, I don't have time? How about wearing this coat? In the end, Kay's mother called a certain brand. She asked them to send the latest style in the store that is suitable for Keisha to choose. Oh, it's really worrying. Kay's mother sighed, let me see your jewelry. The jewelry's all Keisha's old ones, and she has the most brooches. The mother and daughter worked hard for an afternoon and finally finished the jewelry. Keisha turned around in front of the mirror, and the mother and daughter were very satisfied. Rich people have special cars when they travel, and the cars have air conditioning so they won't feel cold, so they don't wear too thick clothes. Mom, I'm going out. Yes. Keisha picked up her phone and drove out. On the other side, it was not only Keisha who was busy, but also Zhang Yuxi. When she met her future daughter-in-law for the first time, Zhang Yuxi had already thought about what to wear, what jewelry to wear, and what makeup to put on. Lin Feng had already packed up, and the whole family had packed up, just waiting for her. Wife, how long will it take? Don't worry, it will be ready soon, just wait a little longer. Finally, Zhang Yuxi dressed up to the effect she wanted, and asked happily, honey, does it look good? Lin Feng nodded, looks good. Zhang Yuxi dressed elegantly, and apart from wearing a set of pearl jewelry, there was no excessive decoration. Pearls are really the favorite of older women. Wow, Mom, you are so beautiful today. No wonder it took you so long to get ready, it looks so good. Sibeo said rudely, Mom, you look too young, people who don't know you would think you are my sister. Zhang Yuxi glared at him, when we eat later, you have to behave well, don't act like a monkey. Sibeo. That's too much, Mom. What Sibeo said was not an exaggeration at all, and it is not uncommon for sisters to have a big age difference nowadays. 10 minutes after the family arrived at the restaurant, Keisha arrived. Dabao stood up and said, I'll go pick her up. Erbao sat next to Sibeo and lowered his head and whispered, fourth brother, now even big brother has a girlfriend, you have to work hard. Sibeo was helpless, I've tried hard. Erbao, maybe you're working in the wrong direction, try another direction. Sibeo asked curiously, which direction? Erbao was silent for a moment, how should I know? It's useless to talk so much about feelings. After a while, Dabao brought Keisha into the box. He held her hand and introduced her one by one. This is my dad, this is my mom. Keisha hurriedly called out, hello uncle, hello aunt. She was slightly surprised, they are too young. And they are handsome, and beautiful. Keisha is also a person who has seen the world, and she doesn't show what she thinks on her face. This is my second sister, third sister, fourth brother, and this is my youngest sister Zaya Abeo. Keisha greeted them one by one. Zaya Abeo is young, and after greeting, he said, wow, Dabao brother, this sister is so beautiful, even prettier than what I see on TV. Keisha was overjoyed by this sentence. If someone else said it, she wouldn't feel anything. But how could she not be happy to be praised by this beautiful person? Sitting down to order food, Keisha said obediently, "Anything is fine, I'm not picky." Dabao on the side smiled. This smile was quite sabotaging. Keisha pinched him under the table, her eyes slightly angry. All the dishes ordered were the specialty of this restaurant. At the dinner table, Zhang Yuxi changed from her usual coldness to a lot warmer. She asked about Keisha's work in some family situations. Keisha was very generous and answered very well. She was a very stylish person. After dinner, when they were about to leave, Zhang Yuxi gave her the gift she had prepared for her. Keisha didn't accept it, so Dabao accepted it for her. "This is a gift from Mom, just take it." Keisha accepted the gift. "Thank you, Auntie." Dabao sent Keisha back. Zhang Yuxi, who watched them leave, sighed, "This girl is so nice." Just kidding, she can be a diplomat at such a young age. Her ability and character are not exaggerated. Turning around, Zhang Yuxi glanced at Dabao. "You work hard too." Dabao drove Keisha back and looked at the gift. "Open it and take a look." When he opened it, it was a book. Dabao was a little surprised. She thought her mother would give her some expensive jewelry. She didn't expect it to be a book. Keisha had this book at home. She opened the title page and was surprised and happy. It has the author's autograph. Dabao suddenly thought of something and smiled. "My mother seems to like you very much. My second sister has been begging for this book for a long time, but I couldn't bear to give it to her. Now I give it to you." Keisha was overjoyed, but worried. "Your second sister won't be angry, right?" Dabao smiled. "She is not such a stingy person, just keep it with peace of mind." Keisha held the book. "I like this gift very much, say thank you to my aunt for me." If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 728, One Thing Conquers Another. Dabao sent Keisha home. Kei's mother invited him in to have a drink of water, and Dabao did not refuse. After everyone left, Keisha took out the gift Zhang Yuxi gave her as if she was presenting a treasure, and was as happy as a child. "Mom, look, this is the gift that Aping's mother gave me, look." Kei's mother asked in confusion, "Don't you have this book? Are you so happy?" Although she didn't understand, she was infected by her daughter's laughter and couldn't help laughing. Keisha turned the title page. "Did you see it? The author's autograph." Autograph." Kei's mother's eyes lit up, and she smiled and said, "This gift is really good, as long as you like it." Keisha looked left and right for a long time, and was pulled by Kei's mother to ask about the situation. "Mom, her mother is 1 year older than you, but she looks much younger than you." Hearing this, Kei's mother said she didn't like it. "How is she younger?" Keisha said seriously, "She looks only about 30 years old, and her skin is well maintained. And Aping's father, he looks super young, even more handsome than in the photos and videos." Kei's mother sighed. "Anything else? Doesn't he have 3 younger brothers and sisters? Have you seen them all?" Dabao is in Beijing, and Kei's mother can use many channels to know his character. Dabao is needless to say, the Qin family is good, and the children are also outstanding. The daughter they like must be very good. Not only that, she also more or less found out about Sanbao. Everyone has a good evaluation of them. Men are afraid of entering the wrong industry, and women are afraid of marrying the wrong man. She wants her daughter to marry well and live a happy life in the future, so parents must be careful. Keisha recalled, "They are all good, both in character and in other aspects." Kei's mother smiled slightly. "If you and Aping get together, we will be relatives with a Qin family in the future." Keisha also smiled. Her first impression of Dabao's family was good and real. Dabao arranged for the parents of both sides to meet after their relationship has progressed further. Dabao and Keisha are both people with their own ideas and live a low-key life. Even so, they have not made their relationship public. Originally, everyone in the circle knew about this, but they were just uncertain. Now it is confirmed. When the news reached the Qin family, Qin's mother sighed, "Maybe we will become relatives with the Kei family in the future." Qin's father smiled, "The Kei family is good. The daughter of the Kei family is their honor. Not bad." How to say it? If Dabao finds a girlfriend whose family is not very well off and they are both in Beijing, they will be quite worried. So, their family has no place for the fourth child. Our in-laws half-jokingly asked me if there was a girl suitable for their fourth child to introduce to them. Are you asking this for real or fake? Faced with his wife's questions, Kin's father looked helpless. You ask me, who should I ask? Kin's mother glared at him. Forget it, it's useless to ask you. The matter of meeting the future daughter-in-law was finally completed, and the family could go about their own business. Sibao went back to work, and the others went back to Yangchang. Sanbao called Xiao Yuan and mentioned that Dabao was in love, and the girl had met her parents. This matter was a bolt from the blue for Xiao Yuan. He and Sanbao were the first to make their relationship public, but he didn't expect that Erbao and Dabao were both latecomers. Xiao Yuan felt that his progress was too slow and wanted to do something. Tentatively asked, can we also meet the parents of both sides? Mainly on his side. Sanbao didn't say anything, she knew what this meant. Xiao Yuan was silent for a moment, not wanting to embarrass Sanbao. It's okay, don't worry, think about it. Sanbao hummed, I'll think about it. Xiao Yuan obviously felt his disappointment, and he quickly changed the subject. This question made Sanbao confused. She had a strong sense of belonging and a kind of attachment to this family. If she married Xiao Yuan, she would have to settle abroad, and it would take more than 10 hours to fly back. This was one of the reasons why she hesitated. She told herself that she was still young and that such problems could be solved later, but avoiding them would not solve the problem. On the 15th day, Lin Feng made glutinous rice balls at home. After today, the new year is completely over. As a result, I never expected that two unexpected visitors would come today. They came without saying hello. They were Xiao Yuan's parents. Xiao Yuan's name is not Xiao Yuan, but Job, a name he gave himself. Lin Feng reacted quickly. After tidying himself up, he poured water for them, and Xiao Yuan explained his purpose. He emphasized that he did not discuss it with Sanbao and brought his parents here. They were originally here to discuss business, and they happened to be in China, so they came to visit you. Lin Feng said, and started chatting with them with a smile. Xiao Yuan's father was very handsome, and he was very humorous and witty during the conversation, making jokes from time to time. When talking about his son, he was full of pride and pride. He also talked about Sanbao, saying that he had met Sanbao at a fashion show. Xiao Yuan's father admired Sanbao very much, and liked him very much, and he supported them being together. If Lin Feng objected, he hoped to give young people some freedom of love. Xiao Yuan's mother was a well-maintained woman, and gave people the feeling that she was a little difficult to get along with. But after talking to her, I learned that she was actually a very good person and did not interfere with her son's feelings. As long as she was not the kind of woman who had a messy life and was interested in their family's money, she would support it. Seeing that the time was right, Lin Feng got up and called Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi was busy and was expected to work overtime tonight, so it seemed that she had to come back early. Lin Feng notified Erbao again, and the last person to be notified was Sanbao. After hearing this, Sanbao was furious. Dad, I'll be back soon. Lin Feng tried to calm his daughter. Don't be angry, talk to Xiao Yuan after we meet. Sanbao hummed, I won't be angry. Why bother getting angry with yourself when you can just beat him up later? It's not worth it. Women get sick when they get angry. Erbao's company is on the same floor as Sanbao's. She went there as soon as she got the call. It was the first time she saw Sanbao get so angry. Third sister, are you okay? Sanbao's beautiful face turned pale. I'm fine. Erbao glanced at the mess on the ground. What do you mean you're okay? What they fear most is Dabao? Maybe it's because of blood suppression. But there is always someone who can defeat someone else, and what Dabao and they fear most is an angry Sanbao. As long as Sanbao gets angry, even Zhang Yuxi can't do anything about it, so Lin Feng has to step in. Well, can we talk? Second sister, I'm angry now and don't want to talk to you. Wait for me for 10 minutes. Okay. Chapter 729. Something is wrong with Sanbao. 10 minutes later. Sanbao sat in Erbao's car with an expressionless face. Erbao asked, because Xiao Yuan brought his parents here without your permission. Sanbao didn't say a word. She herself felt that this matter was not a big deal, but she didn't know why she was angry. Maybe it was because Xiao Yuan used this disguised way to force marriage. This was not what she wanted. The four treasures have lived with each other for so many years. Erbao didn't know what Sanbao was thinking, but she could guess a little. I think you have been with Xiao Yuang for more than 2 years, and it's okay for both sides to meet their parents. Besides, his parents are working, and it's not strange to come to see us by the way. Why, don't you have any future plans with Xiao Yuang? Don't you like him, or? Sanbao looked out the window. Second sister, I can be with him, but I don't want to live abroad, I want to live at home. Erbao laughed and looked at her while leaning on the steering wheel. Third sister, I know you are homesick, but girls always have to grow up. Sanbao can be an indestructible person outside, but she wants to be a warm person at home. Go home. Erbao drove. No matter what you decide to do, our family will support you. Even if you live at home for the rest of your life, your parents will agree. Sanbao has been a special existence since she was a child. Even they know that the third sister is different. This may be because the third sister was in poor health after she was born, and her parents paid a lot of attention to her. After growing up, although she was better, her foundation was far inferior to theirs. Because Sanbao has been well-behaved and sensible since she was a child, who wouldn't want to pamper such a child more? When I got home, the whole family was there. Sanbao looked normal and didn't look like anything. Only Erbao winked at the family members, indicating that she was in a bad mood. Xiao Yuang stood up and explained to Sanbao. Sanbao just said, I know. Sanbao didn't believe Xiao Yuang's explanation, and his selfishness was obvious. Lin Feng didn't go out to eat. He used the ready-made ingredients to cook their foreign ingredients. The fragrance attracted Xiao Yuang's parents to come and watch. I heard you're a great cook. It smells delicious. A man who can cook is really great. It's said that the first time is unfamiliar, the second time is familiar. Zhang Yuxi is now very familiar with entertaining people. She smiled and cleaned the table. Xiao Yuang took the opportunity to apologize to Sanbao. Sanbao smiled faintly. This is not your problem, it's my problem. Language is an art, it is broad and profound. Xiao Yuang didn't know what Sanbao meant, but he understood it well. Are you going to break up with me? Sanbao was surprised. Break up. She was angry just now because she wanted to break up, but after calming down, she felt that it was unnecessary. He was her first love, and there was no other relationship to compare with, so there was no tacit understanding between them. She thought about Xiao Yuang's strengths and weaknesses, and it seemed that she couldn't find any faults except that he was a foreigner. In many ways, their personalities complemented each other, and they could talk about the same topics. Xiao Yuang knew he had misunderstood by looking at her expression. Then what's your problem? Sanbao thought it was time to have a good talk with him. During this Western meal, Xiao Yuang's parents praised Lin Feng's cooking skills and said that they hoped to eat his cooking again in the future. When they left, the couple gave Zhang Yuxi a generous gift. A 20-carat pink diamond, very clean. Similarly, they prepared gifts for other people, including Xiaobao. Dabao was a fountain pen, a big brand worth more than 3,000 yuan. Erbao was a necklace, exquisite, with her name engraved on it. Sanbao was a violin. This brand was known to Lin Feng's family, and it was sold for hundreds of thousands. Sibao was a pair of sneakers with the autograph of a certain star, and Sibao liked him very much. Xiaobao was an authentic princess dress, which was the princess dress in the cartoon, very exquisite and gorgeous. After receiving these things, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi couldn't help but sigh. Compared with spending money, their family is really too frugal. In fact, it's not frugal. The children are all grown up and there is no need to spend money on them. The youngest one is also easy to raise, has no bad habits, and can earn money by himself. So, the conditions of their family are just better than those of ordinary families. Xiao Yuang's parents came suddenly and left quickly. They all have their own careers to take care of, and they talk as if there are tens of billions of projects waiting for them. Xiao Yuang's explanation is that his parents are workaholics. Real workaholics are busy 366 days out of 365 days a year. At noon, Lin Feng took Xiaobao to take a nap, and Zhang Yuxi went back to work overtime. I thought they would accompany Xiao Yuang's parents in the evening, but they left like a gust of wind. Erbao packed his bag. Well, I have a meeting in the afternoon, I'm going to get busy. Xiaobao said as he went upstairs. Dad, I can sleep by myself. Lin Feng said, oh, I know, I just said it casually. Obviously, they are all making room for Sanbao and Xiao Yuang. The weather outside is really good, and the two sit outside. Sanbao told him that after they get married, she can stay in Yangcheng for a long time. It is impossible for her to move abroad with Xiaoyong. Think about it. If you can accept it, we will continue to talk. If you can't accept it, we will break up. Xiaoyong asked, why do you say it now? Sanbao sighed, I thought I could do it, but I found that I couldn't do it. Except for studying abroad and going on business trips abroad, she has always been in China. At that time, her brothers and sisters were all there, and she thought that if she married abroad, it would be okay. But later, Dabao, Sabao, and even Erbao might have to settle down in Beijing in the future. When she thought of this situation, she didn't want to leave her parents and leave home. Xiaoyong said he understood. Sanbao gave him time to think about it. After the new year, Lin Feng found that Sanbao was a little bit wrong, although he looked no different from usual. Lin Feng initially thought that there was something wrong with the studio, and learned from Erbao that Sanbao had recently received a big commercial performance. Later, after Lin Feng's observation, he found that this might be related to emotional troubles. The children are so old, and in terms of emotions, Lin Feng always lets them fall in love freely. To be honest, the children's knowledge and talents are beyond his reach. Contemporary society is different from 20 years ago, and the times are changing, so he doesn't want to interfere in the emotional lives of his children. However, since the children are not happy, Raymond Lam feels it is necessary to communicate with Sanbao. He asked Erbao indirectly. Erbao is also worried about Sanbao. They are the only girls among the 4 children, and their personalities are completely different. She has no choice. She wants to find her mother Zhang Yuxi, but in their opinion, instead of looking for her mother, it is better to find her father to solve the problem. Dad is an almighty Superman. Therefore, Erbao told Raymond Lam everything she knew. Chapter 730, Sense of Home. Dong, dong, dong. Sanbao's voice came, come in. This is Sanbao's studio, where there are all kinds of musical instruments, and people can't see where the things are piled. Lin Feng looked around and saw Sanbao motionless behind the piano, busy with something. Lin Feng walked over and asked softly, are you still busy? Sanbao hummed softly, but it will be done soon. Dad, what do you want to see me about? Lin Feng smiled, nothing, I just saw that you were still busy in the middle of the night, so I came to see you. Sanbao just said, I'll go to bed soon, Dad, you go to rest. She was fully immersed in her work, and she didn't know that Lin Feng was still waiting beside her silently. She didn't notice it until she was done. Dad, you didn't go home. Lin Feng glanced at the time. It was almost 12:30. Are you still busy? Compared with Erbao, Sanbao's life and work schedule is really more regular. As long as she is done with work, she will go to bed. She won't check her phone, go to Weibo, watch videos, etc. Her self-discipline ability is second to Dabao, and no one can compare to her. Sanbao shook his head, no, I'm going to sleep. She paused and asked, Dad, do you have something to talk to me about? It was so late, obviously he didn't just come to see her work. I've seen you've been unhappy recently. Have you encountered something unhappy? Can you talk to Dad? Sanbao said that everything was fine. Lin Feng didn't mean to leave, but just sighed, you are grown up now and have your own ideas. There is a generation gap between you and Dad, so it's normal that we can't talk together. Sanbao thought about it and knew that Lin Feng came prepared. Dad, what do you want to say? Lin Feng got to the point, did you have a conflict with Xiaoyong? Sanbao said very confidently, second sister told you something. Lin Feng silently said in his heart, second Bao, this is not what I said. Sanbao guessed it himself. Sanbao only asked, Dad, how did you and my mother fall in love in the beginning, and how did you live together for such a long time? This question really stumped Lin Feng. He and Zhang Yuxi got married first and then fell in love. It doesn't seem like the two of them had a relationship. At that time, Raymond Lam was already doing his best to take care of 4 children, so how could he have the time to fall in love? Why did they live together? They have a good relationship and have 4 cute babies. The story of Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi was unknown to the 4 children except their elders. He told Sanbao the true story of the two of them for the first time. It was as if he was saying, when your father and your mother were young, they were really crazy. After listening to it, Sanbao's eyes widened, as if he had recognized his father from another perspective for the first time. With this beginning, Sanbao also frankly expressed her sense of belonging to her family. She didn't want to go abroad and wanted to stay in the local area. This made her not want to continue with Xiaoyong, but she couldn't let him go. She liked Xiaoyong. Raymond Lam asked, "What did Xiaoyong say?" Sanbao lowered his eyes and said softly, "He said that he respected my choice. He said that if we get married, I can live here and he will run back and forth. But I feel that I am sorry for him." This. Speaking of dating experience, Lin Feng doesn't have much. When it comes to relationship problems, he really has no choice but to encourage his daughter. No matter what choice she makes, as a father, he will always support his daughter unconditionally, as long as she is happy. Similarly, he hopes that his daughter will not give up this relationship and bravely go out and try. Xiaoyong can do this, which shows his sincerity in the relationship. Since Xiaoyong can bravely step forward, Lin Feng hopes that Sanbao can also do his best. I don't know why, but after listening to what his father said, his heart, which was so hesitant and helpless before, gradually calmed down. Dad will say so much, and I won't say anything else. I hope it will be useful to you. Back to the room. Zhang Yuxi didn't sleep, looking at the phone and waiting for him. Where did you go? Lin Feng replied, I saw Sanbao was still busy so late, so I went to see her. Zhang Yuxi frowned. Is she okay? I think she has been worried recently, and I want to find a few opportunities to ask. But this child has been close to you since she was a child, and she may not tell me if I ask. Why don't you go and ask tomorrow if there is a conflict with Xiaoyang? Although Zhang Yuxi is busy with work, she is still very attentive to family matters. Lin Feng raised his eyebrows. Why do you think there is a conflict? Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes. Isn't it obvious? Although she looks weak, she is actually a strong person. I have never heard her complain about work. She is just full of enthusiasm and loves to accept challenges the most. That's not a work matter. Apart from feelings, I can't think of anything else. Lin Feng held her face and said with a smile, Wife, you are so smart. Zhang Yuxi has gained a lot of weight since she became the deputy director, and she gained weight without any warning. Lin Feng said that it was because of menopause, and she was fat because she was about to go through menopause. She is already in her 50s and still has this condition, and she still relies on Lin Feng's medicine. Her face was squeezed together and she was chubby, trying to open her eyes wide. Have you talked to Sanbao? Lin Feng put down his hand. Yes, I talked to Sanbao, and there is indeed a problem in the relationship between the two. Zhang Yuxi didn't hold much hope for this relationship, and the biggest problem was the long-distance relationship. After listening to what Lin Feng said, Zhang Yuxi sighed. You are right, it is not easy for us as parents to make decisions on this kind of thing. Let's see how she thinks. The matter of feelings is like drinking water, and only you know whether it is hot or cold. At the beginning, they were not, no one was optimistic. Who would have thought that they would marry happiness? Now, who doesn't envy their good fortune? In the middle of the night, Lin Feng felt that the people around him were not asleep, so he opened his eyes and asked, Wife, what are you doing? Zhang Yuxi was looking at a notebook. Nothing, looking at photos. Lin Feng propped himself up and looked at it. The screen was full of photos of the four treasures when they were a few months old. Suddenly, memories came to his mind and he couldn't sleep. Husband, guess who this is? Is there a need to guess? This is Sibao. What about this one? This is Dabao. Since birth, Dabao's body shape is different from theirs. He is strong. Zhang Yuxi sighed. Yes, at that time, I thought that this child was silly and would probably do physical work in the future. Who knew that among the four children, Dabao was the only one doing scientific research and mental work? The two looked at the photos and recalled. Zhang Yuxi suddenly covered the child's head with her hand and asked Lin Feng to guess. Husband, look who this is. This is either Erbao or Sanbao. Sanbao. Hey, how did you tell? This is not simple. Sanbao had straight hair at the time, and Erbao had curly hair, the kind of natural curly hair. How could I not know? After recalling the photos, the couple sighed. When they have children, we will be grandparents. Don't think so, we still have Xiaobao, we are still young. Speaking of this, Zhang Yuxi suddenly thought of one thing, she was regarded as Xiaobao's sister. Speaking of this, Zhang Yuxi was happy. Which woman doesn't want to be young? Chapter 731, Separation does not mean separation forever. Then, the days went by like this. About a week later, without any warning, Sanbao proposed to move in with Xiaoyong. This was so sudden that everyone was stunned. Sanbao had been busy this week, and Lin Feng thought she was so busy that she had forgotten about Xiaoyong. After hearing this, the couple were surprised but still respected their daughter's choice. Erbao thought it was a solution, better than her own wild imagination. Xiaobao was shocked and looked at Sanbao in disbelief, her eyes wide open. Third sister, what did you say? Xiaobao thought she had heard it wrong, and when Sanbao said it again, she was shocked and cried. No, I don't want my third sister to go abroad, no. Sanbao squatted down and looked at her, smiling slightly. Xiaobao, my third sister will come back to see you. Xiaobao was angry. No, no, I don't want my third sister to leave, you can't leave. Sanbao was a little helpless, and said softly and firmly, but I have made up my mind. Once she makes a decision, she will never change or back down. Xiaobao cried out, third sister, please don't leave, okay? Please. Seeing Xiaobao crying, Sanbao couldn't bear it and coaxed her. Be good, I will come back to see you in a while. Xiaobao hugged Sanbao tightly and said sullenly, can you not leave? Do I have to go? In Xiaobao's view, any of the four sisters and brothers can leave him, except the third sister. She is so gentle and likes him so much. She won't go out for drinks, won't go to social events, and puts all her thoughts on work and family. She is the one who has been with Xiaobao the longest among the four, and has the deepest feelings. She is very sad, big brother is gone, and the second sister will also marry in Beijing in the future. The fourth brother won't go home. Now the third sister is also leaving, and she has to go so far, so far. Xiaobao felt uncomfortable when talking about this, and she wanted to cry. Sanbao's eyes were red, and she hesitated at this moment. Seeing the little baby at home crying like this, she felt bad. Lin Feng squatted down and explained a lot to Xiaobao. Separation does not mean separation forever. Zhang Yuxi coaxed Xiaobao softly. Third sister will come back. We will go to see her when we miss her in the future. Besides, you still have your parents. We will always be with you. Sanbao promised Xiaobao that she would buy her many toys and buy whatever she wanted. Xiaobao said pitifully, I don't want these, I only want my third sister. In the end, Sanbao still chose to leave. Xiaobao also knew that he could not stop anything. When they said goodbye at the airport, Xiaobao grabbed Sanbao's skirt and choked up. Third sister, when you go there, you must send me a message, make a video call, and remember to bring me a gift. Sanbao nodded, I will remember everything one by one, I will not forget. Xiaobao was about to cry again. The most important thing is to take care of yourself, don't be hungry or cold. If you don't have money to spend, you can ask your parents or me, I have money. This sentence successfully broke Sanbao's defense. Holding Xiaobao, okay, third sister will remember everything. Erbao felt uncomfortable. What should be said? The two sisters said it last night. Mom. Zhang Yuxi's eyes were slightly red as she arranged her daughter's hair. Go over there, you are alone outside, your father and I can't help, take care of yourself. Tell your family if you have no money. You are not comfortable living with Xiaoyang, come home. She didn't know what to say. Sanbao nodded gently, I know, Mom. Turning to Lin Feng and smiling, Dad, give me the luggage. After thousands of words, Lin Feng only said, take care of yourself, we don't need to be wronged. Sanbao smiled slightly, okay. Watching Sanbao board the plane until her figure disappeared. Xiaobao cried with a wow. What should I do? As soon as the third sister left, she started to think. It's not just Xiaobao who is sad and upset, Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi feel even worse. 4 children, leaving home one after another. Sanbao, the most home-loving, obedient and lovable, is now the one farthest away from home. Looking at the sad Xiaobao beside her, Zhang Yuxi picked her up and wanted to sigh, but found out. The little girl is so heavy that she can't hold her at all. Lin Feng took it and coaxed her, don't cry, you still have mom and dad. Who would have thought that this filial son would actually say, Mom and dad will also leave me, woo woo woo. When Xiaobao mentioned this, she cried even more sadly and vigorously. On the way back, Lin Feng's coaxing didn't work. Zhang Yuxi signaled him to leave it alone and wait until she had cried enough. Sure enough, after crying for a while, she got hungry and wanted to eat. Erbao laughed at her, but she didn't expect that she would get angry again, and she bared her teeth and complained. Dad, my second sister bullied me, she bullied me. Zhang Yuxi said as usual, don't affect Dad's driving, Solve your own problems. Xiaobao pouted and turned her head away angrily. She looked like she didn't care, but in fact she couldn't beat her or make trouble, because her second sister was very powerful. The future second brother-in-law is also very powerful, and maybe they will bully her together in the future, and her parents won't help her. Thinking of this, Xiaobao suddenly felt uncomfortable, as if she was a poor little thing that no one loved. Oh, why are you still feeling wronged? Let me see. Oh, you're crying. Xiaobao burst into tears in pain. She cried so hard just now that she couldn't cry anymore and could only look out a window silently. Bao was soft-hearted and didn't respond to any hard words. The more Xiaobao acted like this, the more uncomfortable she felt. She hurried to coax him. No one was happy to buy food or clothes for her, and Bao had no choice. Xiaobao said sullenly, "Promise that you won't bully me in the future, and Uncle Qin can't bully me either. You all bully me and don't love me anymore, so what should I do? I'm so pitiful. No, I want to be rich. When I'm rich, I won't be pitiful anymore. How about this? Give me 1 million and I'll forgive you." All this. After Xiaobao finished talking to herself, the other three were a little amused. With her current net worth, she has already won over many people at the starting line. Even if she doesn't study or work, she can still support herself with her savings. This is when no one cares about her. Bao hissed, "Good fellow, you asked for 1 million right away, can you give me less?" Xiaobao pouted, 500,000, not a cent less. Bao pouted, a little reluctant, 500,000 is 500,000. After all, you are my little ancestor. Xiaobao has a baby card, which is full of her money, and it is bound to her own mobile phone text messages. Seeing that the 500,000 was in hand, Xiaobao's expression turned from cloudy to sunny, and she grinned. She came over and asked, "How about you bully me again?" Bao quickly moved away, with a look of shock on her face. "When did you become so shameless?" Xiaobao sighed, "I can't help it. I have to be self-reliant now. It's rare." Bao rolled his eyes, "I don't trust you, you little brat is very bad." The couple smiled at each other, and Sanbao was less sad about leaving. The car was filled with the sound of the two sisters bickering. Bao was unforgiving with her words, and Xiaobao liked to get close to her every time he lost, and he always suffered. During this time, Lin Feng took out the Lin's plaster, a kind of plaster that relaxes muscles, promotes blood circulation and relieves pain. There is also a frostbite cream for frostbite. Bao was overjoyed and happily took the things to the capital. He was busy and didn't come back for several months. Chapter 732, Transferred to another place. In the past few months, it was not only Bao who was busy, but Zhang Yuxi was also busy. There were only Lin Feng and Xiaobao at home, and they lived a comfortable life. Xiaobao's school had a cafeteria, and Lin Feng invested money to take Xiaobao to school and eat with him. In this way, he only needed to send her to school in the morning and pick her up in the afternoon. When he was free, Lin Feng would borrow Bao's laboratory and do some small research on his own. Until a transfer order was issued, Zhang Yuxi was transferred to L City to be a director of the Education Bureau. L City is a fifth-tier city, still far away from Guangzhou, and it is a small city with nothing. Recently, L City has not had a good reputation, and campus incidents have occurred repeatedly, and it has been on a hot search several times. This time Zhang Yuxi went there, not because of Guangzhou, but because of the decision of the higher-ups. It looks like a transfer, but in fact it is a promotion. As long as Zhang Yuxi does well, a good future is waiting for her. Although in the eyes of some people, even if Zhang Yuxi does not work, she can still live a worry-free life for several lifetimes. A husband and several outstanding children are enough for her to brag about for the rest of her life. However, in the eyes of others, Zhang Yuxi's talent and ability are obvious to all. How many years did it take for Yangcheng University to go from an ordinary key university to a well-known university, and even ranked among the top 10 in the country? During her tenure, Zhang Yuxi made a lot of contributions. This is not only her contribution as a wife and a mother. However, this transfer to L City may take 2 or 3 years, so what about her husband and children? Lin Feng must accompany his wife, Xiaobao, and I will go with you. The decision was decisive, without any hesitation or consideration. Xiaobao is just in elementary school. By the time you finish, she will probably have graduated from elementary school. It doesn't matter where you go to school. The textbooks are the same. It's okay. Zhang Yuxi didn't know what to say. She felt warm in her heart. Then you and your child will suffer. Lin Feng was surprised. Why do you say suffer? I don't think so. It doesn't matter where you live. It just so happens that Xiaobao has been spoiled by us. Let's temper her down in the next few years. They have come out of hard times. He doesn't believe that the current living conditions will be so bad that they have to rent a house. Lin Feng will leave the villa here empty and find a part-time worker to clean it. The children will come back. Xiaobao blinked, reluctant to leave his current classmates and teachers. Can we not go? Lin Feng sat down and gave her two choices. Either go with them or stay in Yangchang. He will find an aunt. Can't Grandpa and Grandma take care of them? Grandpa and Grandma are old. Even if they can take care of them, they should find an aunt. After a night of consideration, Xiaobao decided to follow Lin Feng to El City. For some reason, Lin Feng was a little disappointed. Because we were staying for a long time, we had to bring clothes for all seasons, as well as other daily necessities. It is said that no matter how good a place is, it is not as good as our own. In order to make it more comfortable, Lin Feng moved pillows, bedding, pajamas, slippers. It took 3 days to pack. The teacher even held a farewell party. Every child prepared a farewell gift for Xiaobao, which made Xiaobao cry. In early autumn, when the weather was still very hot, the family followed the moving company to leave Guangzhou. Xiaobao was unhappy all the way. Seeing this, Lin Feng asked him if he wanted to go back, and it was not too late to regret it now. Xiaobao said angrily, "No, I want to be with my parents. Where you are, it is home." This sentence touched the couple. The place where they lived in El City was arranged by the higher authorities. Considering the family of 3, it has 2 bedrooms and 1 living room. It is the kind of house that is allocated. The conditions are definitely not comparable to the big villa at home, but it is definitely not too bad. There are all kinds of household appliances, good sunshine, and it is clean overall. There are 8 floors in total. There was no elevator before, but now each household pays for the installation of the elevator. Xiaobao was tired after a day of driving and fell on the sofa without saying a word. Now, Xiaobao is not very satisfied with her new home. The couple has no time to take care of her and are busy packing things. Xiaobao, this is your room, pack your own things. Xiaobao pouted reluctantly and began to pack slowly like a turtle. When they were done, they hadn't even packed half of it. Lin Feng rolled up his sleeves and came to help Xiaobao pack. Don't you like it here? Yes. There's nothing we can do if we don't like it. We can only live here. We can rent a better house. Why should we rent a house when we have one? Isn't this a waste? This house can be rented by others. We can't let others rent this house. We live in it now, understand? Dad, this bed is a little small. It's okay, I'll lean against the wall, it will look bigger this way. After Lin Feng finished his work, he sat down and talked to Xiaobao earnestly. I don't know if it's because of acting, but Xiaobao has a lot of ideas, which is a good thing. But it takes a little effort to educate such a child. Xiaobao, there's everything here. Although the conditions are a little worse, you can still live here. There's a girl named Xiaotong in your class. Her home is a little more shabby than this one, but she is also very happy. No matter where we live in the future or what the conditions are, it's good to be together as a family. Xiaobao muttered, the family is not together. Lin Feng choked. After talking about feelings for a long time, Lin Feng felt a little frustrated. The 4 treasures grew up smoothly, and he didn't worry much and felt that they grew up one by one. But when facing Xiaobao, Lin Feng felt a headache of raising children. Seeing that his father was silent, Xiaobao sighed like a little adult. Dad, let me get familiar with it slowly. Once I'm familiar with it, there will be no problem. Lin Feng, okay. Zhang Yuxi stood at the door and listened for a while, and smiled. Let's go out for dinner. Little foodie Xiaobao smiled immediately. Great, I want to have a big meal. El City is not big, there are 3 districts and 4 counties. The one with the best economic conditions and the largest population is District 2, where Lin Feng currently lives. It's a 15-minute drive from the city center, and I want to go shopping. Well, except for a large shopping mall and a large supermarket, there is almost nothing to visit. It's not lively, but that's it. I came to a hot pot restaurant, and there were many people eating there. It looked pretty good. Zhang Yuxi will go to work tomorrow. The school will arrange it as soon as she comes. Zaya Abeo was arranged to go to the best number 7 primary school in District 2 of L City and study in Class 6. There are 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a bathroom. Zaya Abeo got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, took the wrong road, and hit the door frame directly. Lin Feng woke up after hearing the voice and looked at his tearful daughter. Dad, buy me a night light. Chapter 733, The Human World. The next day, the family of 3 was busy with their own things. There was no canteen at the school, so Lin Feng had to cook and pick up the children at noon. As for whether Zhang Yuxi would come back for lunch, it depended on her work situation. This time, they drove a car. Zhang Yuxi drove away, and Lin Feng held his daughter's hand and walked to school. From home to school, it takes 15 minutes to walk fast, 20 minutes to walk slow, and half an hour to walk slow. On the way to school, many parents brought their children to school, and they all cast curious eyes on such a beautiful Zaya Abeo. Of course, the handsome Lin Feng was also indispensable. Wherever they went, no matter how ordinary their clothes were, the 2 could stand out on the crowd. Zaya Abeo was carrying Yang Cheng's textbooks, which were also used in L City. Lin Feng sent her to the class and said hello to the head teacher. Teacher Li, our Zaya Abeo is going to trouble you for a while. Teacher Li was in his 50s, a kind and amiable old man. Lin Feng waved goodbye to his daughter who was sitting in the last row. Zaya Abeo had now become a little lady, smiling sweetly. On the way back, Lin Feng strolled around the school and the community. Where to buy groceries, where to take a shortcut, where to play. After buying groceries, I went back and started to get busy. When the food was cooked, I could pick up Zaya Abeo from school. Fortunately, there are shared bicycles in L City, which are convenient to ride. There is a small cushion on the back of the shared bicycle, which is similar to an electric bike. Lin Feng was very happy riding it. What's more exciting is that there is a parking spot behind the shed outside the community. In the future, I can use this to pick up and drop off my children. I never expected it. Lin Feng was scared all the way. It didn't matter if he rode alone, but he always felt unsafe with a child. I don't know if it was because I hadn't ridden for more than 20 years. How did you get along with your classmates and teachers today? Of course it was great. Did they like the gifts? I liked them very much. In the afternoon, after sending Zaya Abeo to school, Lin Feng went to buy an electric bike. I couldn't help but recall the past. I haven't ridden an electric bike for many years. 26 years. After buying it, Lin Feng rode the electric bike for a ride and went to see where Zhang Yuxi worked. Wife, when will you get off work? It's still early here. We have a dinner party tonight. You and Zaya Abeo can eat by yourselves. Don't worry about me. Okay, then I'll come over to pick you up in the evening. I don't drink. Okay, then come back early. Okay. After school, Zaya Abeo looked at the brand new electric car with wide eyes. Wow, Dad, you bought an electric car. He looked like he had never seen the world, which made people around him look at him sideways. One child even said, yeah, I haven't seen an electric car, so poor. It seems like he was laughed at. Lin Feng's education of Zaya Abeo often does not pay too much attention to grades, but pays more attention to her inner growth and living freely. Zaya Abeo was born in a different environment from her brothers and sisters. At that time, Lin Feng was almost middle-aged. Hearing that some children mocked Zaya Abeo, Lin Feng paid attention to Zaya Abeo's expression to see if the little guy was angry. Zaya Abeo was indeed unhappy for a moment. She had lived in a happy nest since she was a child and had never been despised by anyone. But soon, she rolled her eyes at the child. You have seen it, you are very good. When she turned around, she became excited again. Dad, take me for a ride. That's right, Zaya Abeo has been riding an electric bike for the first time since she was a child. Lin Feng was very satisfied with his daughter's performance. He handed her the helmet with a smile in his eyes. Sit in the front or the back. Zaya Abeo hurriedly got on the car, smiling particularly brightly. Of course I will sit in the front. Dad, ride the bike. The atmosphere of fireworks in L City is not available in those big cities. Lin Feng rode the electric bike and took Zaya Abeo everywhere. Zaya Abeo, a classmate laughed at you just now. Why aren't you angry? Why should I be angry? My second sister said that there is no need to waste your feelings on such a person. It's not worth it. Zaya Abeo was smiling in her words. Just laugh, it won't matter anyway. Zaya Abeo started acting at a very young age. It was completely a talent that God chased and fed her. Because of her family conditions, Zaya Abeo's vision and her own experience far exceeded her peers. After listening to Zaya Abeo's words, Lin Feng praised her. No matter what the future holds, he hopes that Zaya Abeo can be a strong person. In the evening, Zhang Yuxi drove to pick up her daughter from school, and then she knew that her husband had bought an electric car. Wife, do you want to take a ride? Sure. While the child was not out of school, Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi for a walk on the electric car. How does it feel? Very good. I haven't ridden an electric car for about 20 years. I miss it very much. The couple's thoughts could not help but go back to the past. At that time, their conditions were not good. After giving birth to the fourth child, Zhang Yuxi rode an electric car to and from get off work. At that time, the electric car was the family's means of transportation. After a stroll, it was just in time for school to be over. After a day, many parents and teachers already knew the identity of Lin Feng's family. Some came up to say hello, and some cast curious eyes. After picking up Zaya Abeo, facing a sedan worth more than 2 million, she said that she only wanted to take the electric car home. Zhang Yuxi didn't want to drive anymore, and wanted to continue to experience the feeling of the electric car. The electric cars in L City are mainly large, and it is common for a family of 3 to ride in one. Lin Feng asked them to try it and they could fit. Just like that, Zhang Yuxi sat in the back and Zaya Abeo sat in the front. When she sends Zaya Abeo to class tomorrow, Zhang Yuxi will drive back to work. Electric cars have their own conveniences. You can go to the vegetable market to buy a car and walk at will. What do you want to eat? Lin Feng asked while riding the bike. I want to eat the fish made by my father. Husband, I want to eat it too. After buying vegetables and returning home, the family of 3 each busy themselves. Zhang Yuxi was busy with work, Zaya Abeo was doing homework, and Lin Feng was cooking. The rental house is so small that you can meet them everywhere. Zhang Yuxi has seen Zaya Abeo playing and doing homework several times. She is now a Buddhist and not angry. Just a few reminders, go to the kitchen to see if there is anything she can help. I thought you were going to have a dinner with your colleagues tonight. We already had a dinner at noon, just a meal at the restaurant downstairs. How are your colleagues? Are they easy to get along with? It's okay, there are all kinds of people. Zhang Yuxi's life resume is very exciting, and her ability and identity are extraordinary. She graduated from a prestigious university, taught in Yangcheng, and became a vice president a few years later. Then she became the president of Yangcheng University. Her greatest achievement was to make Yangcheng University one of the top 10 famous universities in China. It took her almost 20 years to do this step by step. Then, she became the deputy director of education in Yangcheng. Now, she has been transferred to L City and becomes the temporary director of education. Her ability is obvious to all. Similarly, her feelings are even more enviable. She and Lin Feng have become a good story in Yangcheng. All students who have studied here know about it and envy and yearn for it. They have been married for more than 20 years and are still as loving as before. Being a woman, being like Zhang Yuxi is undoubtedly a success. When a woman is capable, her family is rich, and she has a powerful husband. And all the children are not easy to mess with. Then, she will definitely be invincible. Chapter 734 Straight Male Behavior. L City. If others encounter them, it will definitely be very difficult. Being able to do things does not necessarily mean being able to solve all the problems. But Zhang Yuxi is different. No one dares to provoke her easily. This is why the higher-ups sent her here. As long as she does this well, there will be a better future waiting for her. Lin Feng made braised fish, fried a vegetarian dish, and boiled a clear soup. Zaya Abeo is growing up and never put down his chopsticks while eating. He kept praising his father for the delicious food. Dad, after eating, can you take me out for a ride? Take an electric car. Yes. Are you addicted to it? Now that the weather is getting hotter, it's quite cool to take an electric car. It's winter, so let's give it a try. After dinner, Lin Feng asked Zaya Abeo to wash the dishes. He checked his homework while his mother went to make a phone call to work. Go ahead. Zaya Abeo pouted. Dad, can you help me? Lin Feng refused decisively. No, you are a little adult in the 3rd grade, you can wash the dishes by yourself. Your brothers and sisters also learn to do housework at your age. Bringing Zaya Abeo here this time, whether it is a family reunion or training her. Zaya Abeo pouted and went to the kitchen reluctantly. Soon she could hear her busy voice. In order to make it easier for her to do housework, the dishes and chopsticks are made of stainless steel and cannot be broken. Zhang Yuxi has always supported the education of children. She quietly went to the kitchen to take a look, turned her head and imitated her daughter's bitter face to Lin Feng. Lin Feng held back his laughter and signaled his wife to leave her alone. At worst, he would wash them again later. I'll go change my clothes. There were only a few bowls, and Zaya Abeo washed them for half an hour. When he came out, his clothes and sleeves were all wet. Lin Feng asked her to find Zhang Yuxi, let mom change your clothes, and then we'll go out. After packing up everything, Lin Feng rode his electric bike and took his wife and daughter shopping. Zaya Abeo has a phone watch, and her classmates call her, and her brothers and sisters call her. In short, she is very busy. Honey, I want to drink milk tea. I just saw a store, let's go buy some. Zhang Yuxi also drinks milk tea occasionally. At that age, she pays more attention to health preservation. There is no way, her husband is too young, she has to work hard herself. Anti-aging, anti-wrinkle, and anti-oxidation skincare products have become her mainstay. Zaya Abeo also wants to drink. Dad, I want mango strawberry. Nowadays, everyone likes to drink milk tea. There are already people queuing up in such a small shop. Lin Feng parked the electric bike aside, and Zhang Yuxi and Zaya Abeo sat on chairs waiting to be fed. He went to queue up. He was particularly conspicuous in the queue, and no one who passed by did not look back. The pair of girls behind Lin Feng were obviously coming for him. Hello, little brother, can we get in front of you? Well, the girl is pretty and knows how to put on makeup, overall she's pretty good. Raymond Lam said politely, no. The two girls. The young man standing behind the two girls couldn't help laughing at Raymond Lam's straight man behavior. It made the two girls very embarrassed. Okay. The girl who approached him was not discouraged. That little brother, are you drinking it yourself, or buying it for your girlfriend? Whenever Raymond Lam goes out alone, he will be approached, he's already used to it. He replied lightly, buying it for my wife and daughter. This sentence made the girl speechless. Soon it was Raymond Lam's turn. The lady selling milk tea was stunned for 2 or 3 seconds before leaving Raymond Lam. Selling milk tea for so long, I've seen a lot of handsome guys. This handsome guy is the first time I've seen one. Raymond Lam left with a milk tea, and the two sisters followed him after buying it. Seeing the gorgeous and elegant Zhang Yuxi, the two of them felt jealous. Then, they saw a family of 3 riding an electric bike away, and for some reason they felt a little comforted. One of the boyfriends came over and was amazed at Zhang Yuxi's appearance. That girl is so beautiful. The girlfriend beat him up, she's married with children, you're dreaming. Talking about the flirting just now, the boyfriend said it was a pity, I remember who they are. Who? The richest man Lin Feng. The two sisters were stunned on the spot, and the flirting girl widened her eyes, is it true? Of course it's true, why would I lie to you? Did you watch the news? Look, but they just think they look a bit like each other, and they never thought that the richest man would appear in L City. After all, when he reaches middle age, Lin Feng has to keep some stubble, otherwise his wife will always be jealous of him. Once he keeps stubble, MD, he has more charm of a mature man. Zhang Yuxi is even more helpless and can only give her trust to her husband. What else can she do? It's exhausting to be on guard day and night. The little episode in life passed quickly, and Raymond Lam took his wife and daughter to the night market in L City for a stroll. It's true that this night market is quite lively. Although the things for sale can be seen everywhere, the atmosphere is full. The night market in Guangzhou is basically a food street. In addition to food, there is a commercial street built in the city center. There is no fireworks in L City. A family with super high appearance, they are the focus wherever they go. They were quickly recognized in the crowd. There is no way, Zaya Abeo is also a celebrity. But in front of Raymond Lam, Zaya Abeo is nothing. When the ranking of the richest people this year came out, everyone's brains were full of question marks. It seemed to be saying, in addition to having a few amazing children and a beautiful wife, when did Raymond Lam become so rich? In addition, Raymond Lam is handsome and looks young. Compared with other people on the list, you can really see the difference in human appearance. The family originally wanted to have a pleasant stroll in the night market, but they ended up standing in the crowd and couldn't move an inch. Some took photos, some signed autographs. Zhang Yuxi thought of that year, that day, that moment. Suddenly she felt something was wrong. She didn't want the exercise book anymore. She didn't want anything. Dad, let's go home. Lin Feng smiled almost froze, and he meant it. Let's go, let's go. It will be too late if we don't leave now. He saw many people went to inform him. When he got home, he checked Weibo. Wow, it was on the hot search. After washing and getting ready for bed, Lin Feng called Sanbao to ask about the situation over there. Sanbao was determined to move abroad to live with Xiaoyong this time. Even the studio in Yangcheng was moved there. It was daytime in the video, and Sanbao was having breakfast, milk and toast. Lin Feng felt distressed when he saw it. You should find an aunt who can cook. Sanbao smiled. I found one in Xiaoyong. The aunt had something to do today and asked for half a day off. She will be back at noon. Lin Feng was a little satisfied. What about Xiaoyong? Sanbao smiled. She went to work. Lin Feng asked about her diet and daily life, and Sanbao said that everything was fine. He was a little uncomfortable before, but now it is solved. The 4 treasures, except for Sanbao, have studied abroad. They study seriously, not just come back for a short time, so they can endure hardships. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 735 Lin Family Group. After hanging up the phone, Lin Feng was worried. I'm worried that Sanbao won't get used to the life there. She keeps everything to herself. What if she gets wronged? Zhang Yuxi propped her head up with her palm and looked at him. Don't you know what kind of person Sanbao is? Outside, she is the only one who wrongs others, not herself. Sanbao's stubbornness exploded. Even Erbao was not as strong as that of Erbao. If Sanbao is not happy with Xiaoyong, he will definitely come back. Don't worry. Lin Feng hummed. His brows still did not relax. I don't know if Sanbao's relationship has settled down. You are always busy, Alice. There are grandparents in Yangcheng to take care of them, so the couple don't have to worry, but only worry about their major life events. The 4 children, Dabao, Erbao and Sanbao have already blossomed. Erbao and Qinjiang are about to bear fruit. Sanbao hasn't found the tree yet. Zhang Yuxi saw her husband's worry and took out his comforting words. Why are you in such a hurry? Nowadays, it's up to the children to choose whether to get married or not. As long as they feel happy, that's enough. Some things can't be rushed. Just wait and see. No rush? No matter what, we respect him. Lin Feng laughed. Next door, Zhang Yuxi was chatting in the group. That's right, the children have their own chat group. There are no parents in it. Most of the time, it's Zhang Yuxi who talks alone. The active ones are Erbao and Sanbao, the atmosphere group. Sanbao occasionally pops up. If Dabao can pop up, it's a miracle. Zhang Yuxi suggested inviting future brother-in-law Qinjiang, sister-in-law Kaixia, and Xiaoyong to join. Zhang Yuxi likes them very much. Erbao replied, why don't we set up a separate group and invite our parents to join as well? Sanbao, okay, this is our secret base. Sanbao, it's alright. You decide. Dabao, +1. Erbao is the one who organizes activities at home. A family group of the Lin family was immediately opened. Ding dong. When the couple heard the sound, they were shocked. Erbao was still awake at night? They have set up a group. Hey, Xiaoyong and the others have also been invited in. Anyone who joins the group now means that they are still awake. When Lin Feng saw Zhang Yuxi agreed to join the group, he immediately added her, why are you still awake so late? Zhang Yuxi quietly disappeared and didn't say anything. Lin Feng knew that she was not asleep, so he walked over in his shoes and confiscated her phone watch. Zhang Yuxi pursed her lips and whimpered a few times, then went to sleep peacefully. Lin Feng was charging his phone watch and saw the message pop up. Thinking of his daughter's privacy, he resisted reading it. The more people there are in the group, the more lively it is. Sanbao and Erbao, who were leading the team, saw their father come in and asked him to send out red envelopes. It was rare that Dabao and Kaixia were also there tonight, so Lin Feng was not stingy and sent out red envelopes in a flash. All of them were lucky red envelopes. Who would have thought that the lucky one to give out the first red envelope would be Zhang Yuxi? Lin Feng turned his head and saw Zhang Yuxi grinning at him. Honey, it's fun. Who knew that Erbeo and Sabeo asked her, the lucky one, to send out the red envelope? Zhang Yuxi refused to do it. She just realized that she had just lost tens of dollars, and she would have to pay more than 100 yuan. Erbeo, from now on, whoever is the lucky one will give out red envelopes. The game will end in 1 hour. Sabeo, I agree. Mom, please give out the red envelopes quickly. I know you haven't slept yet. Erbeo, Dad, please tell Mom, when did you become so stingy? Lin Feng, you know your mom's luck is so good. It's rare for her to be so lucky. The previous round is invalid. Now let's start from me. It is well known that Zhang Yuxi can count cards when playing cards. No one wants to play cards with her, so Lin Feng has no chance to play. I never expected that Zhang Yuxi would still be the lucky one in this round. Erbeo, Mom, continue. Sabeo, yes, don't cheat. Dad, don't spoil her. Mom has money. No one else said anything. They just grabbed the red envelopes silently. It's hard to say. Zhang Yuxi didn't answer. She threw a red envelope back and grabbed it in 2 seconds. The lucky one is Lin Feng. Lin Feng sends again. We played for about an hour before it ended. Everyone was very happy. Erbeo, in the future, during festivals and so on, parents, don't be stingy. Let's start the red envelope relay. Sabeo, great. Second sister will organize it later. Parents are old and forget easily. Zhang Yuxi, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Be clear. Sabeo, withdraw message. Zhang Yuxi. Erbeo, if you have the ability to make a fuss, you have the ability not to withdraw it? Haha. Sabeo, second sister, don't add fuel to the fire. Be careful that I will complain to my brother-in-law. Erbeo, the person is in the group, go ahead and tell him. See if he is on your side or me. Sabeo, having a boyfriend is great, great. Zhang Yuxi, you should find one too. Your dad and I are getting sick with anxiety. Sabeo found that the anger had spread to himself and immediately stopped talking. Erbeo, Mom, he is just a little straight. There are still many girls who like him. You and Dad don't worry. Sabeo, yes, it's not worth getting sick with anxiety over such things. Dabeo, yeah, with fourth brother's charm, if he's willing, many girls will choose him. Zhang Yuxi, what about you? When are you getting married? Dabeo was silent. Erbeo was left with a screen full of Dabeo, Mom, let it go naturally. You and Dad should take care of your health and stop thinking about it all day. Zhang Yuxi sighed, I see, your dad and I have become Buddhists. She asked the children to go to bed early, and she lay down, yawned and went to sleep. Husband, you should go to bed early too, I can't keep up with your energy. Lin Feng has skills, needless to say, the quality of sleep is energetic every day. After giving birth to Xiaobao, Zhang Yuxi sincerely felt that her health was not as good as before, and she felt even more tired during this period. There are many things that she can't do. In the past, staying up all night was no problem. Now staying up all night almost kills half of her life, and it's also thanks to Lin Feng boiling Chinese medicine for her to take, which has helped her to adjust a lot. Horizontal ellipsis. Chapter 736 It's worth it if I can marry you. Xiaobao is a social expert. With a good family background and good looks, he has many new friends. Not only his classmates, but also the teachers of various subjects like Xiaobao very much. In short, Xiaobao is having a great time in the new school. Lin Feng's life revolves around his children and family. When he has nothing to do, he rides an electric bike to stroll around. Zhang Yuxi's work is going very smoothly. All departments are very cooperative. After a few days, it has been well received online. I'm going to number 13 middle school tomorrow. Zhang Yuxi sat on the sofa a little tired. They have big problems. The incident that caused a stir online happened in this school. Lin Feng asked, do you want me to accompany you tomorrow? Zhang Yuxi shook her head, no, I'll go with him. That night, the local channel reported Zhang Yuxi's visit to number 13 middle school. In the picture, Zhang Yuxi was smiling, but her eyebrows were stern, and her beautiful face revealed seriousness. Xiaobao praised his mother, Mom is awesome. Lin Feng also praised Zhang Yuxi, my wife is awesome. Zhang Yuxi looked indifferent, it's just a job. Zhang Yuxi has rarely appeared on TV in all these years of work. When she was the president of Yangcheng University, she refused several interviews. It is not surprising that she is on the news now because of the incident at number 13 middle school. In the next week, Zhang Yuxi was very busy. She would go home at 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening and go out at 6 o'clock in the morning. Lin Feng did not understand Zhang Yuxi's work and could not help much. So he took good care of his wife and children's food in daily life. No matter when he left or how late he came back, there would always be hot meals at home. Tonight, Zhang Yuxi had to work overtime. Lin Feng thought that it was Friday and it didn't matter if the child went to bed a little later. After the father and daughter finished their dinner, they went to deliver food to Zhang Yuxi. This was the second time he went to Zhang Yuxi's workplace. Some of her colleagues had met once. Come and bring food to Director Zhang. Director Zhang is in a meeting inside, you have to wait a while. Lin Feng and Xiao Bao were sitting in Zhang Yuxi's office. Xiao Bao wanted to play games on his phone. You can only play for 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, Xiao Bao finished looking at his phone and Zhang Yuxi finished a meeting. A group of people came to the office. Zhang Yuxi, who was in the lead, frowned. She only smiled reluctantly when she saw her husband and children. The others greeted each other tactfully and left. It's so late, no need to bring food. I'll just go to the cafeteria to eat something later. Although she said so, she was actually very happy in her heart. Lin Feng tidied up the table for her and set the table for her one by one. Zhang Yuxi washed her hands and came to eat. Looking at the dishes, they were very rich and all of them were her favorites. Lin Feng was afraid that she would not eat enough, so he put them in 3 thermos buckets and a glass box for fruits. How can I finish all this? Wait a minute. Zhang Yuxi called out Xiao Zhang at the door of the office, and a young man came over soon. The young man wore a pair of glasses. He was not tall, only about 1.7 meters tall, and dressed quite simply. This was Zhang Yuxi's assistant, and she brought him here herself. He had been with Zhang Yuxi for 3 years, and he was very capable at work, and he was one of the people she trusted. During the Chinese New Year, he came to Zhang Yuxi's house to pay New Year's greetings, and was also very good to Xiao Bao. Xiao Zhang was originally a clerk, and then Zhang Yuxi saw that he had good abilities and asked him to follow her. In addition to Xiao Zhang, there were 2 other people who came this time. His family conditions were average, and his parents were both farmers in the village, and they worked hard to support him to go to school. Some time ago, when Xiao Zhang's father returned home, he fell and died. He himself had a hard life, and he was also treating Zhang's mother's illness. Now he is almost 30 and has not married yet. Zhang Yuxi saw that he had a hard life, so she took care of him in everything, and was also going to ask someone to introduce him to a partner. Xiao Zhang was holding a stack of documents in his hand, and Zhang Yuxi asked him to eat together, but he quickly refused. No need, sister. My instant noodles are ready. I'll just go over and eat them. Zhang Yuxi frowned. What's the nutrition in eating instant noodles? Come and eat. Anyway, your brother brought a lot and I can't finish it. Lin Feng also asked Xiao Zhang to sit down and eat. Xiao Zhang was a little embarrassed. That's so embarrassing. Finally, holding her own bowl, Zhang Yuxi gave him some and kept 1/3 for herself. Xiao Zhang smiled shyly, kept saying thank you and left the office. Lin Feng also liked Xiao Zhang very much. In L City, he often invited him to his home for dinner. It was visibly fatter. Eat slowly. Even if there is a lot of work waiting, you have to eat well. After eating, Zhang Yuxi urged them to go back quickly. It was almost 11 o'clock, and Xiao Bao had to rest early. Lin Feng smiled. If she is sleepy, she can sleep on the sofa. Anyway, the weather is cool and she won't be cold. I'm not in a hurry. It's nothing. I'll wait for you to go back together. This time when he came to L City, Lin Feng never thought of letting his daughter live too comfortably and let her experience more. Xiao Bao had no objection. When she needs to endure hardships, she is still able to endure hardships. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly, I told you to go back. Lin Feng picked up a book on the table. Don't worry about us, just do your own thing. Zhang Yuxi felt warm in her heart. The office was very lively, and people came to see Zhang Yuxi one after another. Zhang Yuxi looked serious, and there was a sense of majesty all over her body. When talking about work, her tone was even more unquestionable. Such as Zhang Yuxi was not seen at home. Lin Feng rarely saw her like this. Xiao Bao was sleepy, and Zhang Yuxi brought her a blanket with a gentle tone. If you are sleepy, sleep here first, and we will call you when we leave. Xia Abeo fell asleep in less than a minute, and the couple couldn't help but smile at each other. Xia Abeo, like Sabeo, has been able to eat and sleep since he was a child, and his mentality is very good. Wait for me a little longer. Lin Feng smiled. It's okay, you do your thing, I'm not sleepy. After Xia Abeo fell asleep, even if the people in the office deliberately lowered their voices to talk, they didn't wake her up. Lin Feng was in good spirits. He said hello and left. Zhang Yuxi thought he was going to the toilet and was about to tell him that there was some in the office. Who would have thought that when he came back, he was holding a midnight snack? Come on, eat first and then continue to work. In order not to disturb Xia Abeo who was sleeping, they decided to go to the conference room to eat and talk. Lin Feng learned from their conversation that this was a bit tricky and not everyone could handle it. Zhang Yuxi was not afraid. Her husband was rich and her children were capable. Her strong family made her fearless. After working until 12:30, everyone went back one after another. Zhang Yuxi was the last one to leave. While giving her a massage, Lin Feng listened to her talk about the twists and turns inside. In the middle, Lin Feng expressed his own views. Zhang Yuxi has been a manager for more than 20 years. There are some things that Lin Feng knows without her saying. But sometimes Lin Feng mentions something that Zhang Yuxi didn't expect. Husband. Huh? It's really worth marrying you in this life. It's worth it if I can marry you. Thinking back to the beginning, Zhang Yuxi's family conditions were very good and her abilities were not bad, leaving aside the children. With his conditions at that time, he had nothing except being handsome. They might not be able to be together. When they got home, it was almost 1 o'clock. Zhang Yuxi said that she didn't want to wash up and went to bed directly. In a daze, Zhang Yuxi felt someone washing her face. She was so tired that she couldn't open her eyes. Hubby. Lin Feng hummed softly, I'm here, go to sleep. Zhang Yuxi showed a sweet smile on her face. Hubby, when we are old, let's go to farm, okay? Before Lin Feng could answer, he fell asleep. Chapter 737 A Perfect Ending. The next day, Zhang Yuxi got up early. She also put on some light makeup to cover her dark circles. Today, the matter about number 13 middle school officially came to a conclusion. Although Lin Feng did nothing in this matter, Zhang Yuxi used his identity to negotiate a cooperation. There was a big change in number 13 middle school, and all those involved were caught. All major media outlets are reporting this matter, so that more people can know Zhang Yuxi. She is not only a mother of 5 children, but also a very capable woman, whether she is the wife of the richest man or a woman. Well done. I'm too lazy to complain about the number 13 middle school in L City. This time we're serious. Director Zhang is awesome. Director Zhang is so beautiful and cool. Oh my god, after so many years, Director Zhang hasn't aged at all. Time never defeats beauty, and elegance never goes out of style. My mother is the same age as Director Zhang, she can't believe it. Show Director Zhang how awesome he is. Director Zhang, we need you here, can you come to us? We need someone like Director Zhang. Lin Feng could roughly guess what Zhang Yuxi had done. You've worked hard during this period. Zhang Yuxi was tired for a moment. I didn't have any hardship, but you and Xia Abeo have worked hard. He accompanied her to L City and took care of her food and daily life. Over the years, he has taken great care of this family, himself, and the children. She didn't know how to thank him, she could only love him more attentively. At this time, the doorbell rang. Xia Abeo went to open the door. Excuse me, who are you looking for? Outside the door was a family of 3, who brought local specialties to thank Zhang Yuxi. After entering the house, they kept saying thank you, which made Zhang Yuxi feel embarrassed. She asked them to stay for dinner. Before leaving, the little girl said very seriously, in the future, I want to be someone like Auntie. This sentence made Zhang Yuxi smile. Come on, you can do it. After everyone left, Xia Abeo threw himself into his mother's arms. Mom, you are awesome. This matter finally came to an end. Zhang Yuxi drew a perfect end to it. Next, Zhang Yuxi will stay in L City for a few months, and she should go back before the new year if nothing goes wrong. The matter of number 13 middle school has been resolved, and there are more things waiting for her to deal with. The pace of life in L City is slow. Compared with slower cities, after Lin Feng sent his daughter to school, he would drink tea with a few old men and play chess when he had nothing to do. Not to mention, life is much more comfortable than in Guangzhou. When people get old, they will have an old age smell, and young people are not very accepting of their temperaments, such as nagging, talking about the same old things, etc. But Lin Feng still likes to play with them. It's quite interesting to listen to their stories about the past and their daily lives. Of course, there are also people who introduce him to someone. When the old people learned about Lin Feng's situation, they were not calm. You are actually the same age as me, is it true? Lin Feng is almost 50 years old, but at first glance, he still looks like he is in his early 30s. His gestures and movements bring the charm of a middle-aged man to the extreme. He is different from Zhang Yuxi. One relies on the system's own rewards, and the other comes from the system's rewards. Zhang Yuxi was originally a few years older than Lin Feng. Women age very quickly after giving birth, not to mention that Zhang Yuxi gave birth to a second child in her middle age. Now, Zhang Yuxi looks much older than Lin Feng. But time still can't cover up her beauty and elegance. The person who spoke was pot-bellied, and because of hair loss, he shaved his head and had a shiny head. He is about 1.7 meters tall, fat, and swollen. You can tell at a glance that he is over 50. If two people stand together and say they are the same age, no one would believe it. Good guy, brother, how do you usually maintain your appearance? Tell us the secret recipe. Who doesn't want to be young? Lin Feng smiled. I usually don't smoke or drink, go to bed on time, exercise more, and eat a regular and light diet. Plus I have a good attitude, maybe that's why I'll look young. Some people just listen to this. Everyone understands the principle, but it's hard to put it into practice. Sure enough, some people started laughing. You can't ask me not to smoke or drink, these are my hobbies, I can't quit. In life, I just like those few things, and I feel uncomfortable if I don't drink for a day. Hey, it's okay for me to eat less meat, but it's impossible for me to smoke and drink less. After Lin Feng sent Xiaobao to school at noon, he drank tea and played cards with them until school was over. I'm going to pick up the child from school. Whenever people hear about picking up children from school, they think it's about picking up grandchildren. Today, someone asked casually, how old is your grandson? What grade is he in? Lin Feng got on the electric bike and said, I'm picking up my youngest daughter. She's in the 3rd grade. A group of elderly people were left with deep feelings. It's great to have physical strength. If they still had that ability, they wouldn't have to spend their time here every day. Xiaobao came out with her little school bag on her back. She's so big, but she's still like a child. Although she's only in the 3rd grade, Xiaobao is growing fast. She's almost 1.6 meters tall now. In the class group, Xiaobao's height instantly kills all the classmates. Sanbao also said that when Xiaobao grows up a little bit, he will take her to the catwalk. At this rate of growth, I wonder if she will be 1.7 meters tall when she graduates from elementary school. Dad, I finished my homework today. So, we can go for a stroll on the electric bike. In a few days, it will be a 5-day holiday. Xiaobao sat in the back and asked about the arrangements. How did you arrange it? Xiaobao said immediately, I want to go see my 3rd sister. Lin Feng also had this plan, okay. In the evening, Zhang Yuxi bought clothes for Xiaobao online. Today, my colleague's daughter wore a skirt like this, it was so beautiful, buy one for Xiaobao too. Lin Feng also thought it was beautiful, it's pretty, but it doesn't look as good as Xiaobao. The largest size of this skirt is only 150, and Xiaobao is wearing 160 now. You have to buy 170 for autumn and winter. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi have never worried about Xiaobao's clothes since he started elementary school. Relatives and friends gave them to him, and the 4 children gave them to him, so many that they couldn't wear them all. They haven't bought clothes for Xiaobao for a long time. The last time they bought clothes was the last time. Zhang Yuxi looked at the beautiful skirt and sighed, I'll go find the same style that Xiaobao is suitable for. In the end, Zhang Yuxi was not satisfied with the one, so she had to reluctantly buy the 150 size. Come back and try it on, anyway, it's a long one, what if it fits? Honey, Xiaobao is only in the 3rd grade of elementary school, and she is almost 1.6 meters tall. How tall can she grow in the future? Zhang Yuxi herself has never grown so fast. How could Lin Feng know? Maybe 1.8 meters. Zhang Yuxi frowned, will she be too tall? Lin Feng glanced at her calmly, 1.9 meters is possible. Zhang Yuxi was so scared that she quickly said, 1.8 meters. My maximum tolerance is 1.8 meters. 1.9 meters is really too high. Lin Feng said, in fact, height has always been a mystery. Although Xiaobao is growing fast now, she may stop growing in the future. In our time, the tallest one was overtaken by the later ones and became the shortest. Zhang Yuxi thought for a while, it's okay, it's only the third grade, 1.6 meters still has room to grow. If she really doesn't grow taller by then, 1.6 meters is 1.6 meters, it's not that short. 1.6 meters in the south, once wearing high heels, she really doesn't look short when she dresses up. Chapter 738 Going abroad to find the three treasures. In a blink of an eye, it was the end of April, and the 5-day holiday was coming. After packing up their luggage, the family of 3 took a plane to go abroad to find Sanbao. There was no direct flight to El City, so they had to transfer in the middle of the way. It took more than 40 hours to go back and forth. When they arrived, both mother and daughter were exhausted. Dad, Mom, Xiaobao. In the distance, there were the figures of Sanbao and Xiaoyuang, which immediately made Zhang Yuxi and Xiaobao feel refreshed. Especially Xiaobao, he immediately became energetic. He ran over, third sister, third sister. Sanbao was surprised. Xiaobao, you have grown so tall. I didn't notice it when I was with you every day before, but now I look closely and I find that you have grown so tall. Xiaobao grinned. Yes, Mom said that maybe I will become a female giant in the future. Sanbao laughed. I wanted to hug you, but now I can't hug you. Xiaobao circled Sanbao's waist. Come, let me hug your sister, watch me. As he spoke, Sanbao's feet left the ground. She widened her eyes, smiled and patted Xiaobao. Okay, put me down, don't get tired. Xiaobao raised his chin with great pride. Am I good? Sanbao nodded with a smile, with an indescribable tenderness in his expression. Great, Xiaobao is great. Here, Xiaoyuang helped with the luggage. Mom and Dad, live at our side. There are many rooms, we can accommodate you. The couple felt it was inappropriate and were about to refuse. Xiaobao hugged his sister and refused to let go. Like a little child, I want to live at my sister's side and sleep with her. Sanbao smiled beautifully, his eyes full of doting. Xiaoyuang's villa has a distinct fashion style. Standing downstairs, you can vaguely see the outdoor swimming pool on the roof. It is night now, and the lights of the villa are beautifully decorated. Wow, it looks so beautiful. Xiaoyuang, the tool man, said proudly while busy moving the luggage. I designed this when I was 18, and I decorated the interior myself. Xiaobao's eyes widened. My brother-in-law is so amazing. Xiaoyuang was so happy to be praised by Xiaobao. Come, I'll show you around. The villa is mainly black, white and gray, with a simple yet luxurious style. There are 4 floors in total, 6 rooms, 4 bathrooms, 2 living rooms. There is a swimming pool, a gym, a movie room, a study for the 2 of them, and Sanbao's new studio. Her studio is bigger than the one at home, and it is estimated to be more than 50 square meters. In addition, knowing that Xiaobao might come, Xiaoyuang also converted a guest room into a children's room. In addition to the swimming pool, there is also a small golf course on the top floor. Mom and Dad, this is your room. Tell me if you need anything, don't be shy. This is the largest guest room, with its own bathroom, and it is very elegantly decorated. From home clothes to toiletries, everything that can be thought of is well prepared. The couple is very satisfied, but I don't know whether it is his attentiveness or his daughter's. After visiting the villa, dinner began. The kitchen is open. Seeing Sanbao and Xiaoyuang busy, Zhang Yuxi asked with a smile. Do you usually cook at home? Xiaoyuang is the assistant, and Sanbao is the main one. He replied, yes, we cook as much as possible, and now I eat with Sanbao. Sanbao asked him to serve the dishes, and Xiaoyuang went happily. It can be seen that Xiaoyuang is particularly happy today. We used to have an aunt at home, and then Sanbao came, and we have been self-reliant. Dinner is millet porridge and a few refreshing and delicious side dishes, all of which are pickles made by Sanbao himself. Among the 3 treasures, Sanbao's cooking skills are the best. Compared with the chattering Xiaoyuang, Sanbao always has a smile on his face and doesn't chatter so much. Several people sat down and started eating. While eating, Xiaoyuang talked about the next itinerary. taking them out to play. During the 5-day holiday, they spent half of their time on the plane and didn't have much time to play. And here, they have too many fun places. Zhang Yuxi smiled. We will make our own arrangements. You guys should just go about your business. How could Xiao Yuan not accompany his future father-in-law and mother-in-law, who had come all the way here? Did he want to die? He quickly said, Sanbao and I are free these days, so we are not busy. After dinner, Lin Feng and Xiao Yuan went to play golf. Zhang Yuxi and Sanbao went out for a walk to digest their food, and it was obvious that they had something to say. Xiaobao, who hadn't had enough shopping, continued to explore and search for treasures in the villa. Xiao Yuan always thought he was a golf expert until he met Lin Feng. Xiao Yuan, how have you and Sanbao been doing these past few months? We get along very well. We have passed the adaptation period and are on the right track. Leaving Xiaobao aside, among the 4 children, I love Sanbao the most. My husband and I have spoiled her since she was a child. Although she looks gentle, she is actually more opinionated than Bao. After scoring a goal, Lin Feng continued, she is even more stubborn. As long as she is determined, she will go forward with one heart. Xiao Yuan understood what Lin Feng meant. Dad, I won't let her down. The only day she doesn't love me is the day I don't love her. The men were chatting here, while the mother and daughter were walking and talking about family matters. Zhang Yuxi sighed, you have only been away from home for a few months, but I feel like you have been away for several years. Sanbao pursed her lips. Hearing her mother's rare heartwarming words, she didn't know what to say for a while. In their eyes, their mothers are all strict mothers. When they were young, it was okay. Their mothers were gentle and kind, and would coax them and make them happy. When they grew up, their mothers became strict mothers and rarely expressed their gentleness. I think Xiao Yuan is a good kid. Anyone with eyes can see his feelings for you. But you can only know whether the shoes fit you or not after you wear them. No matter what you choose, our whole family supports you. Sanbao followed her mother's footsteps and listened quietly. She glanced and suddenly found that her mother had a glaring white hair on her temples. This discovery was as sudden as Xiaobao's growth. In her heart, it was very uncomfortable. Mom, I know that no matter what I do, you will support me unconditionally. Zhang Yuxi noticed her daughter's strangeness and was stunned for a moment. Then, she slowly smiled. Yes. Not only you, they are the same. Because of the jet lag, Zhang Yuxi couldn't sleep for a long time. Lin Feng was okay. He had the skill to fall asleep in seconds. Seeing that it was almost 2 o'clock, Zhang Yuxi opened her eyes and was very energetic. Lin Feng got up to give her a massage. Husband, don't worry about me. You go to sleep. Don't delay your husband's rest. Lin Feng took out the needle, which scared Zhang Yuxi. Husband, you even brought this. Don't talk, close your eyes. Zhang Yuxi had great confidence in Lin Feng's craftsmanship. After a slight tingling sensation, she felt sleepy. Unconsciously, Zhang Yuxi fell into deep sleep. Chapter 739. Just play responsibly. They didn't get up until almost noon the next day. Sanbao and Xiao Yuan had already prepared lunch and were waiting for them to wake up. In the afternoon, Xiao Yuan and Sanbao took them to the amusement park first to have fun with Xiaobao. Xiao Yuan was an SVIP member of the amusement park, and the staff put an identification strip on their wrists. No need to buy tickets, no need to queue, you can directly play the entire amusement park. Xiaobao's feet were fast, and as soon as he entered the amusement park, he jumped up and down like a beast released from a cage. He wanted to play this, and then he wanted to play that. Zhang Yuxi walked the slowest. You guys go play, I'll play slowly in the back. Lin Feng definitely couldn't leave his wife behind and let the couple play by themselves. Sanbao was halfway through his sentence when Xiao Yuan said that Xiaobao had run away, and the two of them hurried to find him. Xiaobao wouldn't get lost. Lin Feng had already seen where Xiaobao was with his sharp eyes. Let's go, let's play slowly. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi's hand and came to the route map. What do you want to play? Zhang Yuxi didn't have such a big heart to play, and asked, Husband, what do you want to play? Lin Feng smiled, I can do anything, it depends on you. Zhang Yuxi knew that her husband was physically strong, and she was now out of breath when she walked, so how could she play with him? She was very self-aware. Don't look at me, play whatever you want, I'll just walk around. The most fun thing in this amusement park is the roller coaster that is 90 degrees vertical and can rotate 360 degrees. Is it that foreigners like this kind of challenge? The amusement facilities are all 2.0 versions of domestic ones. When she came to the roller coaster, Zhang Yuxi looked up and saw the roller coaster whizzing by. The screams of tourists in her ears made her heart beat. "Husband, you play, I don't play, it's too scary." She didn't even play, and her little face was pale. Lin Feng had a bracelet, and the staff took him directly to the special channel to avoid queuing. The sun was a little dazzling, and Zhang Yuxi was looking for her husband. A tourist kindly reminded her. Ask her to stand further away and be careful to avoid tourists vomiting. Zhang Yuxi was so scared that she quickly stood far away. About 10 minutes later, Lin Feng told her with his eyes half closed. He still wants to play. It is said that men are teenagers until they die. What Zhang Yuxi sees most in Lin Feng is maturity and stability. She will never forget the look on Lin Feng's face when he knocked on the door when he was delivering food. The firm look in his eyes when he learned that it was his child and took responsibility. He raised Sanbeo from the age of 6 months. Other people of the same age may not be able to do this, which is one of the reasons why Zhang Yuxi trusts Lin Feng so much. Looking at her husband who was smiling like a child at this moment, Zhang Yuxi couldn't help but smile. Driven by Lin Feng, she gradually let go and played with him. After being shocked and scared, she still wanted to play. Eat ice cream or drink milk tea. Milk tea. Health preservation has become a habit. What kind of flower tea? Wolfberry, rose is different every week, just to make time go slower. Lin Feng, who was queuing in the crowd, was so handsome and so fascinating to Zhang Yuxi. I don't know if it's because of her age, but every time she saw Lin Feng exercising to a great figure, she no longer looked like herself. And Lan told her that men become cliff-like when they reach a certain age. She was very worried, but there was nothing she could do, just take care of her body slowly. Zhang Yuxi couldn't understand the troubles of her bestie, and she hoped she would never understand it. Sure enough, Zhang Yuxi was not surprised when a young lady approached Lin Feng. But when Lin Feng pointed at her and said something to the young lady, Zhang Yuxi still showed an elegant smile. Zhang Yuxi held the milk tea and glanced at her husband from time to time. Zhang Yuxi, who is in her 50s, still dresses like a girl in her spare time and can also handle pink. For example, now she is wearing a floral dress, a bun, and a small flower next to her. That smile is even more beautiful and heart-pounding. There are many young ladies who come to talk to Lin Feng. Similarly, many young men asked Zhang Yuxi for her contact information. When they learned that she was in her 50s, the young men also risked their lives. Lin Feng held her hand and carried her bag. Zhang Yuxi followed him with milk tea in her hand, becoming an extremely eye-catching couple. "Wife, do you want to play that?" "Let me see, it doesn't seem very thrilling, it's okay." They were hungry after playing. Lin Feng called Sanbeo and others and learned that they had already arrived at the restaurant and were ordering food on the second floor. Xiao Yuang sat by the window and saw his father-in-law and mother-in-law holding hands, and couldn't help but sigh. I hope that his relationship with Sanbeo will be like theirs. The restaurant in the amusement park is so expensive that it's impossible to say anything. A sausage costs 35. A plate of pasta costs more than 200, not to mention other things. Since you choose to eat here, you must have money on hand. Lin Feng doesn't need to look at the price list when buying things now. He can buy anything. Although it's expensive here, it tastes good. I feel that the money is not wasted. Zhang Yuxi ate a plate of pasta and some random food, and suggested to continue playing. Wait until 4 or 5, I will take you to the famous night view here. The shopping street next to it is also very good, and you can find a lot of interesting things. Xiao Yuang arranged everything properly, and they only had to play. After eating, they continued to play, leaving Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi to slowly kill the afternoon. The sun hit the glass, warm but not dazzling, and there were people coming and going below. There is a souvenir shop opposite. Let's go shopping and see if there is anything you want to buy. In a blink of an eye, it was 5 o'clock. With Zhang Yuxi who was reluctant to leave, Xiao Yuang drove them to eat snacks. On the left side of that street is luxury shopping, on the right side is the night view plus snacks, and on the other side is a commercial street that sells everything. Wow, it's so lively. It is true, people come and go. The first thing to do is to go to the commercial street. There's everything to eat and play here. For example, there are 4-story bookstores, 2-story stores that only sell earrings, and various comics-related stores, etc. Gradually, only the couple was left in the team, holding hands and looking around. "Wife, Do you want to buy scarves? These are good. Zhang Yuxi has been fascinated by scarves recently and bought a lot of them home. There are both luxury goods and street goods. As long as you like them, you can buy them all. Do you want to buy some for Erbao, Keisha, and Qin Jiang's mother? Zhang Yuxi, who was choosing, came to her senses. Look at me. If you hadn't reminded me of this, I would have forgotten it long ago. After choosing and choosing, Zhang Yuxi finally bought more than 10 pieces. Wife, there is another scarf store here. Do you want to go in and take a look? Zhang Yuxi hesitated. Okay, let's go in and take a look. When he came out, he bought more than 10 pieces. Chapter 740, Giving 100 million pocket money. It was still daylight when we arrived, but it was dark when we came to our senses. Wow, Zhang Yuxi felt that she had bought enough. She found that Xiao Yuan was carrying full shopping bags in both hands, and Sanbao was also carrying full shopping bags. Only Xiaobao was eating snacks with empty hands. After asking, she found out that they were small toys she bought for her classmates and teachers. The car is parked nearby. I'll put these in the car first, and we'll go shopping later. After shopping in the commercial street, the next is the luxury goods street. I'll see if there are any nice bags and jewelry later. I'll give them to relatives and inland when I have time. Every time I go abroad, I must buy a lot of things to give to others. Xiao Yuan said, Mom and Dad, if you don't pick out what you like, go to my company's warehouse. There are a lot of things there. Facing such a generous son-in-law, why are the couple a little happy and proud? When they walked into a bag store, the staff immediately greeted them warmly. As luxury goods store clerks, how many of them didn't recognize Xiao Yuan's face? In one store, Zhang Yuxi scanned 8 bags. When paying, Xiao Yuan signed his name directly on the order form, and these were recorded in his account. Zhang Yuxi disagreed, and Sanbao asked her to keep it. Mom, Xiao Yuan buys bags at internal prices, which are very cheap. In the future, when you go to a store to buy things, just say hello to him, and you don't have to pay. Zhang Yuxi was stunned. This is not good. Before Sanbao said anything, Xiao Yuan came over, as if he was afraid that Zhang Yuxi would not spend his money. Mom, if you feel bad, I will tell the offline people later that all your orders will be recorded with me. Zhang Yuxi was embarrassed all of a sudden. This. Lin Feng said lightly, just agree, it's the child's heart. Zhang Yuxi agreed. Xiao Yuan also specially comforted her, Mom, it won't cost much to record it in my name. Besides, it's all my property, and it will also be her property when I get married to Sanbao in the future. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng couldn't help but look at Sanbao. Sanbao looked calm and just said to Xiao Yuan, I have my own company to run, and your business is yours. Xiao Yuan smiled and didn't continue the topic. Dinner was eaten in a 5-star hotel, and all the food ordered were from the photos in the store. Although Lin Feng is now the richest man, this is the first time he has been to a 5-star restaurant abroad, but he has been to China several times. The decoration of the store reveals luxury everywhere, and the environment of the private room is more elegant. Opposite the huge floor-to-ceiling window is the neon night view, which is so beautiful that people can't take their eyes off. Of course, this is the signature dish here, and the price is very beautiful. The taste is okay, but the steak here is really a must-try. Xiaobao ate 2 pieces directly. Dad, this black pepper steak is so delicious, can you make it for me when you go back? Lin Feng smiled, I can make you a similar taste, but I may not be able to do the taste of the steak. Xiaobao didn't care, it's alright, as long as it's made by Dad, it's delicious. Back at Xiao Yuan Villa, Zhang Yuxi and Sanbao sorted out the shopping list while chatting about what Xiao Yuan said during the day. Have you considered marrying Xiao Yuan? I haven't considered it, but he wants to get married and have children early, preferably 3. Then you. There won't be a baby. We are both rational people, and he respects my choice. The next day, they went to Sanbao's studio. The studio is 2 or 3 times larger than in Yangchang, and it looks more like a formal company. In the second half of this year, with the help of Xiao Yuan, the company will be listed smoothly without any accidents. In this way, Sanbao will settle abroad for a long time. It's so beautiful here, and the sunshine is good. Zhang Yuxi said, pulling Sanbao aside and asked, do you have any money? It must cost a lot of money to open such a big company here and go public in the second half of the year. Sanbao asked in confusion, yes. Zhang Yuxi frowned, if you have, then you have. If you don't, then you don't Don't hide it. Sanbeo blinked. Mom, I really have. I haven't worked for nothing all these years. You don't have to worry about money. I will tell you if I don't have it. Zhang Yuxi was silent for a while, and her tone was gentle. Sanbeo, you are the best among the 4 children. You have never given us any worries since you were little. At the same time, your dad and I love you the most. You used to live with us. The facts are in front of us. Don't worry. But now, you live abroad. It takes 30 or 40 hours to fly here. It's so far away that some things are beyond our reach. Your dad and I can't help you with some things, but we still have money. Even if you don't work and go home to lie down, your dad and I will be happy. Zhang Yuxi choked up more and more as she spoke. Work is secondary. What I care about most is you. I'm afraid that you don't eat well, sleep well, and treat yourself badly. Sanbeo understood. She saw Zhang Yuxi's red eyes and her nose was sour. Mom, don't worry about you and Dad. I will take good care of myself. If I don't have money, I will definitely ask you for it. Xianbao came over with a smile on his face. Mom, third sister, what are you talking about? Zhang Yuxi turned her head to adjust her mood. Sanbeo smiled. I'm asking you if you've studied hard and if you've been obedient at home. Xianbao snorted. I'm the best. In this midterm exam, I got 99 in Chinese and 100 in math. Sanbeo combed Xianbao's hair. Great. Xianbao was praised and laughed. After visiting his daughter's studio, Xiaoyong took them to his office. In front of him, the whole building belonged to Xiaoyong. That's right, a whole building. Xiaoyong has a dedicated elevator, and you can drive up directly to his top floor office. Now, isn't it said that poverty limits imagination? As the richest man, Lin Feng has never seen such a scene. He has seen a dedicated elevator, but this is the first time he has seen a dedicated elevator that can be driven through. The top floor, more than 500 square meters, is all his office. The office of more than 150 square meters, once you walk in, is full of cold depression. Looking down from the French window, Zhang Yuxi covered her chest. My heart, this is too high. The most eye-catching thing in the office is the huge desk. The rest is the luxurious leather sofa set opposite. Finally, a few paintings and potted plants were dotted around. At this time, a man in a suit came over. Xiaoyong had brought him along when he came to Yangchang before. Seeing that Lin Feng and the others were not surprised, he poured them drinks and quietly left. Xianbao squatted at the French window for a while, then stood up and said that she felt dizzy. She was a person who could not sit still and wanted to go somewhere else. There was another office next to Xiaoyong's office, which was filled with his secretaries, 3 in total, one of whom was on a business trip. Next door was a grand conference room of about 100 square meters, which could seat about 50 people. Xianbao stretched his legs, took a look, and then left. This is the lounge, this is my gym, and this is my garage. There were 3 cars in the garage, one of which was worth 5 million, and the rest were worth 10 million. Xianbao thought about the warehouse. Brother-in-law, can I go to the warehouse to take a look? Zhang Yuxi gently scolded her daughter. Xiaoyong smiled. Mom, don't be like this, we are all family. Let's go, brother-in-law will take you to the warehouse. After arriving at the warehouse by the special elevator, someone came out to greet them even though they had not been notified. Everyone knows the relationship between Xiaoyong and Sanbeo, and no introduction is needed. This is my father-in-law and mother-in-law, and this is my sister. You and I will be a family in the near future. The visitor's smile was brighter than before, and he greeted them warmly and handed over his business card. In the future, you can ask him about the warehouse transfer and search for goods. The warehouse is very, very large, with a total of 5 floors. In addition to being interested in jewelry, Xianbao is not interested in clothes, shoes, bags and the like. There is also a tour guide accompanying him, who knows the products very well. The bag is the latest model in early summer, the fabric is the first layer of cowhide, and it is all handmade. This is made of lambskin, and the print is purely hand-embroidered. At the end of the tour, there were a lot of things in large and small bags. They were all gifts that Xiaoyong thought were suitable for his father-in-law and mother-in-law, so the couple could not refuse. As for Xianbao, it was a global limited edition bear backpack, and the 2 eyes were 2 card diamonds. The market price is 180,000. In the evening, after dinner, I flew back to El City. There are thousands of words to say, I can only say take care of yourself. Honey, Did you give the things to Sanbeo? Yes, I secretly put them in her bag. On the plane, Xiaobao slept soundly, tired from playing for the past 2 days. The couple couldn't sleep, and they didn't know when they would meet again. Honey, sometimes I think that Xiaoyuan should not be given to her. We should find someone for Sanbeo in China. I think they are in a good relationship. Sanbeo felt bad and returned home in a bad mood. While looking through the things, Sanbeo found the bank card and note left by his father. Sanbeo, there is 100 million in this card, you can keep it for yourself. Tell mom and dad if you have no money, don't let yourself suffer in terms of money. Also, mom and dad, everyone in our family loves you. At the end was a fat little heart drawn by Lin Feng. Why are you crying? What is this? Xiaoyuan came over to hug her, and also found the bank card and the note, and took a breath of cold air. His father-in-law, did he give him 100 million pocket money? Chapter 741. What kind of huge family is this? Back in L City, the holiday is over. Except for the empty heart, nothing seems to have changed. This time, the small gifts that Xiaobao bought from abroad instantly made all the classmates in the class happy. Even the teachers who received the gifts had a smile on their faces that was full of pride. The weather is getting hotter and hotter. From fans to air conditioners, it is Children's Day on June 1st in a blink of an eye. The school broadcasts live for parents to watch. There are performances in the morning and a holiday in the afternoon. Lin Feng dressed up as little princess. She is only in the 3rd grade, nearly 1.6 meters tall, and she looks cute forever. This time the class performed a female dance, and Xiaobao was the lead dancer. She was wearing a fairy temperament in an ancient white dress, wearing a beautiful little hairpin, and turned around, she was beautiful. On her pretty face, a pair of smart eyes seemed to be able to speak. Does it look good, Dad? Lin Feng came back to his senses, and felt a little bit of the feeling of my daughter growing up. It looks good, let mom see it too. Xiaobao ran over. Zhang Yuxi's eyes suddenly lit up, and the girl beside her looked a little strange. Stand further away, let mom take a good look. Zhang Yuxi looked at her daughter carefully and smiled with emotion, so beautiful. In a blink of an eye, her daughter has grown so big. The parents did the makeup themselves. Thanks to Zhang Yuxi's good skills, the eyeshadow didn't turn purple. Take a look, are you satisfied? Xiaobao smiled at the mirror, super satisfied. After sending the children to school, Lin Feng came to the old tea house and threw the live broadcast link in the family group. These older generations were very happy, saying that technology is advanced now, and they can watch the children's performances without going to the scene. You don't need to register for this live broadcast, just click in. When the Children's Day officially started on June 1st, it was already 9 o'clock. The host teacher took a student from the senior class to announce the show on the podium in the playground. The parents of each class introduced themselves and started the barrage. I don't know when Xiaobao's class will start the performance, and the whole family is waiting. Finally, I saw Xiaobao and his classmates start to prepare, and the parents of their class also started to brush. Grandma Li Chengsa from Class 6, Grade 3. The mother of Chen Ziheng from Class 3, Class 6. Grandpa Li Mu from Class 3, Class 6. The style of the paintings is quite normal, and the parents are also very positive, until Lin Xiaobao's father from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's mother from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's second sister from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's fourth brother from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's third sister from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's eldest brother from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's second brother-in-law from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's third brother-in-law from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's sister-in-law from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's godmother from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's uncle from Class 3, Class 6. Uncle Lin Xiaobao from Class 3, Class 6, Number 2. Lin Xiaobao's grandfather from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's grandmother from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's grandpa from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's cousin from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's cousin number 2 from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's cousin number 3 from Class 3, Class 6. Lin Xiaobao's cousin number 4 from Class 3, Class 6. The barrage of comments stunned the audience watching the live broadcast. Oh my god, what a huge family is this? This person named Lin Xiaobao is the darling of someone's family. Some parents' comments were swallowed in seconds. Xiaobao's family has already regarded the live broadcast room as their family group and chatted happily. Oh, Xiaobao looks so good in this outfit. It's so tall in a blink of an eye. I have to take a good look when I come back this year. Everyone is here. Is Dabao busy? Are you free today? Fortunately, I took a leave this morning and will be busy in the afternoon. Sanbao, you have to take care of your health when you are abroad. Come back if you are not used to it, okay? Got it, Grandpa. How about you? Are you and Grandma healthy? Everything is fine, don't worry about us. The audience watching the live broadcast watched their own Huir perform while watching this family chatting happily. Xiaobao dances so beautifully. My granddaughter is great. Great, give her a thumbs up to liven up the atmosphere. Swipe, swipe, the screen is full of likes and awesome comments. As the show of Xiaobao class came to an end, the family voices gradually disappeared. Instead, they were replaced by the comments of the parents of the next class. However, the lively scene just now made the audience unforgettable for a long time. They remembered the girl named Lin Xiaobao from class 6, grade 3. Thinking back again. Hey, wow, isn't this the daughter of the richest man? It seems that this family has a lot of joy. Soon, someone took a screenshot and posted it online. When netizens saw the excitement, they forwarded and commented. Ha ha ha, I remember when I was a kid and I performed dance, all the aunts and uncles in my family came. I feel so happy when I think about it now. Now, all the parents in the school know the name Lin Xiaobao. Isn't this the latest situation of our family group? Wow, no wonder Xiaobao is favored. It turns out that almost all of their family members are boys. I'm so envious. In our family, there are 8 brothers and 1 little sister, and everyone loves her very much. Am I the only one who pays attention to the sister-in-law? Want to know which sister-in-law it is? I'm paying attention to it too. At first I thought it was my cousin's sister-in-law, but then I thought it was wrong. They said cousin, so there's no reason to miss a word. Dabao and Sibao, I don't know who they are. Based on my understanding of their Weibo, if Sibao is photographed first, he will definitely show some clues that he has a girlfriend. Well, that must be Sibao. Dabao is so busy, he doesn't have time to fall in love. This comment received thousands of replies in a blink of an eye. Some talked about Sibao, and some talked about Dabao. Who will be the wife of this sister-in-law? It all depends on everyone's guesses, and they are all very reasonable. Until, there was an explosive reply, plus a sticker JPG. At the speed of a rocket, it rushed to the top of the comment likes. She gave an impossible but seemingly possible answer. The person with the word sister-in-law in this comment is Dabao's girlfriend. Everyone, black people say hello JPG. The other party gave evidence one by one and said, I know that you may find it a little hard to accept, and I was the same at first. But with my keen sense of smell, I found the answer from clues. This person is the youngest and most beautiful diplomat in China Kaixia. It sounds impossible, right? I have evidence! Exclamation mark. Unexpectedly, sister, I have evidence. First of all, the most eye-catching is the couple's glasses. This is a picture of the previous interview with the boss. This is Miss Keixia's new glasses. Did you notice? This is the couple's glasses launched by Tyrannosaurus. Because I often wear glasses and my mother is engaged in work in this field, I know more than everyone else. People who don't know will never know. In addition, did you see it? This is what Keixia wore on a daily basis last year. This is a Weibo post that is rarely seen in a century. Did you notice? The same sweater. Exclamation mark. This is not a luxury product, nor is it a mass brand. On the contrary, it is very niche. It is so niche that few people have heard of this brand. Evidence 3. Did you see the background of this picture? 9 square grid, except for the person herself. Are the other pictures exactly the same? Don't tell me this is searched on the internet. This imaginative netizen also found the interaction between the two people on Weibo, and the meaningful shouting from a distance. Ah, is it true? It seems to be true, isn't it? The evidence is conclusive. So these little smart ghosts ran to leave a message under Weibo, asking whether it was true or not. At this time, a comment from a few months ago was turned out, they are actually in love, and the woman has met the parents. At that time, This was too unbelievable and no one believed it. Now it seems that this person must know something inside. The exhibition people commented below, hoping that this little cutie would say something more. The little cutie didn't wait, but Keisha replied. A picture, a selfie of her outside a research institute in Davao. She said nothing, but she said everything. This is equivalent to a real hammer. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 742. Second uncle is in the hospital. Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng were completely unaware of what was happening on the internet. They took Xiaobao to celebrate Children's Day on June 1st. Facing the doubts of people around them, they were speechless. How old is your child? What grade is he in? Oh my god, he is already so tall in the 3rd grade? He will grow to 1.8 meters in the future. What do you feed your child? My child is a little developmentally delayed and much shorter than the average height. I am so worried. My child is also in the 3rd grade, but he is only 1.5 meters. Xiaobao was a little hurt. Although she was tall, she was still a baby. She didn't know how she grew so tall. Every time someone asked, she said she could eat. Anyway, she was really a big eater. What's wrong? Are you unhappy? Do you want to go boating? Xiaobao's temper came and went quickly. Yes, let's go. Let's go boating together. After playing for an afternoon, Xiaobao went home, washed up, and fell asleep on the bed. Zhang Yuxi stood at the door with her arms folded. Why don't you grow taller? She can eat and sleep well, she smiles all day and has no worries. It would be strange if she didn't grow taller. Lin Feng put his arm around her shoulders. Isn't that good? Her happiness and health are my biggest wish. After the two of them washed up, they played with their phones for a while when they had time. There were many pop-up ads on the phone, and the words official announcement were very eye-catching. It was written below, the love between a scientific giant and a diplomat. Clicking in, Keisha and Abao officially announced their relationship 2 hours apart, and they were ranked in the top 3 hot searches. The 4 treasures who have Weibo, as well as Xiao Yuang, all sent their blessings. Lin Feng has his own private account, and he doesn't show up very often, but everyone likes to leave messages under his Weibo. After all, he is the national father, so he is still popular. After Lin Feng also offered his blessings, he put down his phone and prepared to go to bed. Who knew that the phone calls came one after another? How come everyone knows that he is free now? The first person to call was Lin Dashan. When he found out that it was true, he was so happy. He often watches the news and still likes Keisha very much. The most important thing is that now only the 4th child is left. His biggest wish is to see them get married one by one, and it would be best if they have great-grandchildren. In the past, it seemed a bit high-hanging for the 3rd child to find a boyfriend like Xiaoyang. But now it's different. Lin Feng is the richest man, ranked in the top 10. What does this mean? Anyway, he is very rich. Now, it is not surprising that the first child finds a girl with a family background like Keisha. The children of the Lin family are good enough, and the Lin family is rich enough, which is more than enough to match the princess and the prince. After hanging up the phone with his father, Lin Feng received a call from Brother Rui. Now Lin Feng has gone from being out of reach to someone they look up to. Zhang Yuxi is replying to messages from colleagues, asking about rumors on the internet. After finishing the work, it was already 11 o'clock. Zhang Yuxi yawned. Hubby, I'm going to sleep. There is a morning meeting tomorrow, so I have to get up early. Lin Feng put down his phone and laid down. The moon is like a hook, and the day passed quietly. They can sleep, but some people can't. For example, Keisha's parents are discussing when to meet with Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi and have a meal together. Anyway, their daughter has nodded to this relationship, and it will be able to go to the end without any accidents. It's only June, let's find a time to discuss it when the summer vacation starts. Okay. The pace of life in L City is slow. Although it is suitable for retirement, it is not suitable for impetuous young people. For example, Lin Feng likes the pace here. He lives a comfortable life every day. There is no tea house near the school that he doesn't know. In about a month, Xiaobao will have a holiday, and the little girl is looking forward to having a holiday early every day. The sun in L City is more poisonous than that in Guangzhou. It doesn't look big, but it makes people dizzy. In the evening, after Zhang Yuxi finishes his homework, the family of 3 will go to the park not far away for a walk and play badminton to digest the food. This day, it seems ordinary. After Lin Feng sent Zhang Yuxi out to school, Lin Jiajin called and said that his second uncle was unwell and was hospitalized. In the past few years, Lin Dan has been in good health, without any serious illness, but with many minor illnesses. He is in pain here and there, and drinks the Chinese medicine prescribed by Lin Feng every day. The family is not short of money, and they will definitely treat it if they can, but when people reach this age, their body functions decline, so how can they not get sick? What did the doctor say? Lin Feng knew that Lin Jiajin would not call him for minor illnesses. Lin Jiajin's voice was slightly choked. The doctor said that my dad is old, and it would be good if he can live another half a year. Second uncle is 80 years old, and Lin Dashin is over 70. There are not many people who can live to 80 now. When Lin Feng took his pulse before, he had a rough idea in his mind. Lin Feng comforted him. Second uncle is already 80 years old. We should all be mentally prepared. Fortunately, second uncle didn't have any serious illness in his later years, and even if he had a minor illness, it didn't torture him, which was good. Lin Jiajin hummed. We moved back during this period, and planned to accompany my father in his last days. Although he didn't say anything, I think he may have known something. My father was talking about you today and asked me to call you to ask when. He wanted the family to have a good reunion. Lin Feng calculated the date. Wait for me to arrange everything here in a few days. In the evening, Zhang Yuxi learned about this and was silent for a while and said, You and Zhang Yuxi go back first. I will finish the work at hand and then come back. As for Zhang Yuxi's exam, you can let her take the exam in the class before Yang Cheng. What do you think? Lin Feng hummed. That's fine. 3 days later, Lin Feng finished dealing with the affairs in L City and took Zhang Yuxi back to Yang Cheng. Lin Feng repeatedly told Zhang Yuxi to take good care of herself, and kept mumbling for half an hour, which was met with dissatisfaction from Zhang Yuxi. I'm not a child anymore, how can I not take care of myself? Just go home peacefully. I'll go home as soon as I'm done with my work, don't worry about me. Zhang Yuxi ate ice cream. Yes, Dad, how can mommy, an adult, not take care of herself? You underestimate her. Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly. That's right, you have to believe me. It was evening when we returned to Yangcheng. After eating with Zhang Yuxi, we went to the hospital. At the hospital, Lin Jiajin was taking care of him. Mr. Lin is here, Zhang Yuxi is here too. This is a 4-person ward, and Lin Dan lives in the innermost one. Second uncle. After not seeing Lin Dan for a few months, he was so thin that he began to lose his appearance, but he was in good spirits. He was receiving oxygen and stood up. You're back. Why did you bring Zhang Yuxi out to the hospital? The smell here is strong. We shouldn't have brought her here. Zhang Yuxi, come here. There are delicious foods. Take whatever you want. Zhang Yuxi said obediently. No, I just ate a lot. These are for second uncle. Lin Dan insisted that Zhang Yuxi eat anything, so Zhang Yuxi had to take a box of milk. Thank you, second uncle. Chapter 743, Move in Together. Lin Feng sat down. Let me see the checklist. Lin Jiajin quickly handed all the checklists to Lin Feng. The doctor said we can go through the discharge procedures early tomorrow morning. It's all because of the aging of various organs, and the body functions can no longer function. Lin Feng handed the reports to Lin Jiajin and smiled. No problem, it's mainly because of old age, it's normal for the body to go downhill. Lin Dan smiled and nodded. That's right, I'm 80 years old, and even the doctor said that it's a blessing to live to 80. After sitting for more than 10 minutes, Lin Dan drove them away. Take Zhang Yuxi back quickly, don't worry about the child, come and see the second uncle when I get home. His eyes were already indifferent to the reluctance of life and death, and his smile was particularly kind. Lin Jiajin sent them away. Why didn't you open a single ward for the second uncle? He said he didn't need it, he thought it was good to have more people, someone to chat with him. Lin Jiajin has also lost a lot of weight during this period, and his eyes are all blue. Where's the second aunt? I went home to cook. My mom cooked and sent all 3 meals a day here. Less than 10 minutes after returning home, the 2 elders, who learned that their son had returned, hurriedly took a taxi over. Hey, Zhang Yuxi, come and let Grandpa and Grandma see you. Have you grown taller again? Now you are as tall as Grandma, so great. Come on, Grandma will take you to bed, and let Dad and Grandpa chat for a while. Zhang Yuxi smiled. Grandma, I can sleep by myself. Zhou Qilin was stunned for a moment, then smiled. Yes, Zhang Yuxi is a big boy now. That's fine, you can wash and sleep by yourself. In the living room, Zhou Qilin came over and sat down, sighing. Zhang Yuxi is now a big girl, catching up with me in height. Time flies. Lin Dashan was also full of emotion. Have you seen your second uncle in the hospital? The doctor said that it would be great if he could live to 80. Thanks to the medicines you took before, your second uncle has been spared some pain and suffering. Among the three of us brothers, plus your eldest aunt, only your second uncle and I are living a good life. Your eldest aunt had a miserable life. She didn't enjoy happiness when she was young. When your brother Yu Zhang was capable, she passed away early. She passed away suddenly, and we didn't have time to see her for the last time. This has always been a regret in my heart. Your third uncle also enjoyed happiness. He passed away after seeing your brother Rui and sister Xiaolin living a good life. He can be regarded as a happy man. From young to middle-aged, Lin Dashan had many conflicts with his two brothers. Later, Lin Feng became rich and led his brothers to make money together, and the three brothers became closer. After the eldest aunt and Lin Da who died one after another, the two brothers Lin Dashan and Lin Dan were left with a very good relationship. Now that Lin Dan is leaving, he will be next. Feeling sad, recalling the past, Lin Dashan gradually began to cry sadly. At his age, he already knows his fate, but his personality has returned to being simple and childlike, which made Zhou Qilin laugh and cry. Why are you crying while talking? What do you understand? How much can you understand? Yes, I don't understand. I can't understand. If you want to cry, just cry. Zhou Qilin gave her son a look. Your dad is becoming more and more like a child. Lin Dashan's sadness came and went quickly. He wiped his tears awkwardly, although the doctor said that he will live for at most half a year, who knows when he will die. If you are fine, stay with your second uncle in Yangchang. He is still thinking about you. Lin Feng nodded and said clearly, I know, Dad. I will be in Yangchang until the end of the year. I will not leave unless it is absolutely necessary. Lin Dashan nodded. We should still satisfy the last wish of a person before he dies, right? At night, the two elders stayed in the villa. It was so late, and Lin Dashan was too old to drive, so where could he get a taxi to go back home? Your dad is asleep. When will you go to bed? I'll have to wait a while. Then do you have time to chat with Mom? Sure, what to talk about? Did Itabeo have a girlfriend? Did you know about this? Yes, our parents have met and are quite satisfied with it. As long as the young people agree, we have nothing to say. Oh, why didn't you tell me? The couple hasn't even started yet. You've met our parents but you're not engaged. If I tell you and then tell you about it, it won't work. Zhou Qilin was unhappy. Am I that kind of person? I'm tight-lipped. Lin Feng smiled. Who wouldn't know anything about it? The K family is a diplomatic family with a special status, so I didn't tell you. Zhou Qilin only complained verbally, knowing in her heart that her son must have his reasons for doing so. She grinned. You say this is fate or not? A long time ago I saw the news and pointed at Keisha and said that this girl is amazing, and she is a good match for our Dabeo. Look, it really worked out. This is fate destined by God. Lin Feng quickly flattered. Yes, Mom, you are the most insightful person in our family. You are smart. In the past, Zhou Qilin could still go sightseeing and travel around. Now she is old and can't walk anymore, so she can only grow flowers and plant her own 1 acre of land. She wanted to do something for her son and daughter-in-law, and finally found that it would be best if she didn't cause them trouble and didn't make them annoying. Your father and I are both in our 70s. Once your second uncle passes away, it will be our turn. I don't have to worry about you and Yuxi. They are just a few children. I hope that before we die, we can see everyone get married. I dare not even think about whether we can hold great-grandchildren. All the sadness was expressed by Lin Dashan alone. When it came to Zhou Qilin, she was surprisingly calm. Lin Feng advised her not to think too much. After the second uncle leaves, you and Dad can move in. He discussed this plan with Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi had no objection and let Lin Feng make the decision. Anyway, she was a person without her own opinion at home, and whatever her husband said was the truth. Zhou Qilin was delighted and waved her hand. No, no, you live your own lives, we won't cause you any trouble. Old people and young people can't live together, they will quarrel. She said this, and her face was full of excitement. Lin Feng didn't allow her to refute and said, how can it cause trouble? As for quarreling, it's normal. Who doesn't quarrel? Yuxi and I are both 50 years old. We are not young anymore. Our mentality is very good. Besides, you and Dad can help me take care of Zaya Abeo at home. Sometimes I am busy, and I can't be without someone at home. Joe Killen said quickly, okay, I'll go back and discuss it with your dad and see what he thinks. Back to the room. Joe Killen woke up her husband who was sleeping soundly. Wake up, I have something to tell you. Lin Dashin had a bad temper when he was young, but now he's smiling like Maitreya Buddha and has a good temper. On the contrary, Joe Killen loses her temper at every turn, and her husband is completely obedient. He rubbed his eyes. What can't we talk about tomorrow? Joe Killen ignored him. Just now my son told me that we should move in and live with them in the future. This sentence immediately made Lin Dashin energetic. Ah, what did you answer? I said I would go back and discuss it with you. What do you think? Lin Dashin was tempted, but it was definitely not appropriate for the elderly to live with children. As for me, I think it's better to forget it. Before he finished speaking, he saw his wife staring at him. You, what do you mean? Do you want to stay? Joe Killen's expression eased and she told him the content of the previous conversation. Lin Dashin glanced at Joe Killen and said, so you want to move in? Then just make the decision. Why are you asking me? Joe Killen's face darkened and said, then what do you think? Lin Dashin thought for a while and said, if you move in, I will definitely move in too. Joe Killen sneered at him and pinched him and said, go to sleep. It's useless to talk to you. Lin Dashin was speechless, but he was too lazy to argue with her. He was already over 70 years old. Chapter 744 We are all family. The next morning, Joe Killen had already prepared breakfast, while Lin Dashin was exercising in the yard. Lin Feng, Mom, you got up so early, why don't you sleep a little longer? Joe Killen said with a smile, I'm old, I don't sleep that much, I can't sleep after a while. Your uncle is discharged from the hospital today, we will go to help later, are you going? I'll send Zaya Abe out to school first, then go to the hospital. Joe Killen served the meal and happily called Zaya Abe out to get up. Such a big girl. Joe Killen called a little baby on the left and a little cutie on the right, and she called so sweetly. Zaya Abe Yuan, Grandma, I want to wear that white skirt, can you help me get it? Joe Killen hurried to get it, this one. She was very happy to do something for her children. She was even happier to be able to spend time with her children and leave more memories. Joe Killen combed Zaya Abeo's hair and even wanted to wash her face. In Grandma's heart, you will always be a little baby. Zaya Abeo hugged her, Grandma is the best, I like Grandma the most. This sentence made Joe Killen very happy. Holding Zaya Abeo's hand and going downstairs, what do you want to eat at noon? Grandma will make it for you. Zaya Abeo is very talkative, Grandma can make anything. During the meal, Lin Feng saw that Joe Killen treated Zaya Abeo as a little baby and held back. This is their way of expressing themselves, so let them do it. After dinner, Lin Feng sent them to the hospital first, and then sent Zaya Abeo to school. Zaya Abeo is a community hero. After a few months, she returned to the class and behaved as gracefully as ever. Mom, Dad, are you still in the hospital? Still, we are queuing up to be discharged, and it will be our turn soon. I'm already downstairs in the hospital, I'll be there soon. When Lin Feng arrived at the ward, he saw several people packing things. The second aunt is also old, and she is very happy to see Lin Feng. Lin Jiajin took all the things, and Lin Feng went to push the wheelchair. I'll push it, Sister Lu, you see if there's anything else you need to take. The discharge procedures over there were completed, and this side was also leaving. Lin Dan waved to his fellow patients, I'm leaving, I wish you a speedy discharge. Amid everyone's envious eyes, the group left. Let alone the fact that he lived to be 80 years old, just the fact that these relatives and children came to visit him one after another during his hospitalization was enough to make them envious. When people get old, the most fearful thing is that there is no one to take care of the bed, and even more afraid of not having anyone who cares about them. Lin Dan will have to sit in a wheelchair from now on. Lin Feng pushed the wheelchair to the parking lot, bent down to carry him into the car, and then carefully fastened the seat belt. Thank you, Zaya Feng, you've worked so hard. Lin Feng smiled. Second uncle, you're too polite to say that, we're all family. Lin Dan lived in an old house before, and moved out of the villa and said that living in an old house is nostalgic in a thought. Let's eat here together at noon. Lin Dan said. Second aunt also said, let's eat here, or we can go out if we can't. Wang Lu smiled and said, there's a vegetable market downstairs, I'll go buy some vegetables and be back soon. Lin Jiajin followed, come on, I'll go with you. Zhou Qilin helped to organize things, Lin Feng helped to clean. The small and cold house was full of the smell of fireworks, and Lin Dan, who was sitting in the living room, couldn't stop laughing. The room has 3 bedrooms and 2 living rooms, 140 square meters, which Zhou Qilin is very familiar with. Yes, you should move in together, there will be people to take care of you inside and outside, and you don't have to be so tired. Zhou Qilin strongly agreed when she heard that Lin Jiajin and his wife were going to move back to live with him. Second aunt had a relieved smile on her face. I wanted to hire a nurse, but they refused, so let the family take better care of it. It must be inconvenient for the daughter-in-law to take care of her closely. Besides her, it must be her son Lin Jiajin who will take care of her. Second aunt was very happy to be able to take care of her personally. The decoration of the old house is still the same as it was 50 years ago. When Lin Feng was cleaning, memories came to his mind little by little. Lin Jiajin and Wang Lu bought fish, chicken, shrimp, etc. These are all edible to Lin Dan. The doctor said, whatever the old man wants to eat and what he wants to do, let him do it. After a while, there was a noise from the kitchen. Just smelling the smell, it sounded a little wrong. Lin Feng went to the kitchen and saw that the couple were busy cooking. It was obvious that they rarely cook. There are 4 brothers in their family. Yu Zhang's family did not hire an aunt, and Lin Rui's family hired a part-time worker to come and clean once a week. Only Lin Jiajin's family hired an aunt. They were too busy and could not cook. This aunt was hired when the 2 children were in high school, so that the children could eat better at home and Wang Lu and his wife could spare more time to take care of the children. This aunt is a quick person, and she can cook and do housework. After the children went to college, they still kept the aunt at home. This stay lasted for many years until the aunt's family asked her to stop, and she resigned and went home. Over the years, the couple either ate out, went to relatives' houses, or ordered takeout. Anyway, they opened many restaurants, so they would never go hungry. Lin Feng watched for a while and couldn't bear it any longer. Let me do it. The couple immediately made room for Lin Feng as if they had been pardoned. Lin Feng asked, who will cook when you live here? Lin Jiajin said embarrassedly, let my mother cook. I can learn slowly when I have time. Lin Feng was speechless. After working for more than 40 minutes, he made 8 dishes and 2 soups, all of which were edible for Lin Dan. The taste was light and easy to digest, and Lin Dan ate a small bowl. He wanted to eat more, but he couldn't eat any more. Lin Feng smiled. Second uncle, tell me what you want to eat in the future, and I'll make it for you. Lin Dan smiled and said, okay, thank you for your kindness. The weather outside was just right. Lin Jiajin pushed a wheelchair to take his father for a walk, and Wang Lu went to work. Lin Dashan and his wife chatted with him for a while and were ready to go back. I'll take you back. Lin Dashan waved his hand. No, you can do your own things. Lin Feng said, I don't have anything to do except taking care of the children. The couple. They really didn't understand how their son became the richest man. Back home, Lin Feng looked left and right and re-examined. Some places in the house have been renovated. Zhou Qilin came over and said, your dad likes to tinker with these things when he has nothing to do all day, otherwise he will get sick from idleness. Yes, when people get old, they have to arrange some things for them to do. First, let them feel needed. Second, let them stop thinking about it and move their bodies. Lin Feng walked around. Mom and Dad, what do you think about letting you move in? The couple looked at each other. Finally, Zhou Qilin smiled and said, if it doesn't bother you, your dad and I can move in and live together. The child has grown up, and the parents are old. The roles are reversed. They are like children when they were young, and some things need to be seen by the child's eyes. Lin Feng said immediately, then let's move in now. The couple was surprised. So soon? Lin Feng glanced at the medicine on the table. Well, it's okay to move in earlier, it's only a few months. The second baby will be back in a while, and the 4th baby is also coming to visit. Zhou Qilin said immediately, okay, wait for me to clean up. Joe Killen was so happy at the thought of seeing her grandchildren that she was full of energy. Lin Dashan followed. I'll clean up mine too. They have been sleeping in separate rooms for a year. According to Joe Killen, the snoring kept her awake. Lin Dashan also thought she was too much to do, getting up so early in the morning and going to bed late at night, tossing and turning endlessly. Lin Feng had spare toiletries, so he just packed some clothes and so on. Back at Lin Feng's house, the guest room was cleaned up a little and they could go to sleep. There was only one guest room left, and the couple could only tolerate each other and live together, tacitly not talking. Chapter 745 I'm afraid of being alone. It was past 4 o'clock, and Lin Feng had to drive to pick up the children. Joe Killen went to put on her shoes. I'm going to buy vegetables. What do you want to eat tonight? Lin Dashan was fishing in the pond in the yard. Anything is fine, whatever. Mom, are you walking there? Yes, walking, just in time to exercise. When passing by the yard, Joe Killen thought about planting vegetables here, so that it would be nice to eat some of what she planted. Lin Feng used to plant some in the yard, but later, as the number of people in the family decreased, it gradually became deserted, with only some green onions left. After picking up Xiaobao, Lin Feng saw his parents turning the vegetable garden. Grandpa and Grandma, I'm back. The two elders looked up and smiled. Are you hungry? There are apples and milk at home. Do you want some? Yes. Come on, Grandma will get it for you. Lin Feng went home to cook, and the two elders gathered around to watch Xiaobao do his homework. Xiaobao, you right, we will never disturb you. The two of them fanned their granddaughter and peeled fruit for her. When she finished her homework, she was almost full. With two old people at home, Lin Feng didn't have to worry about Xiaobao. After dinner, the two old people took Xiaobao for a walk. When they came back, Xiaobao bought a lot of things. A big bag of ice cream, popsicles, and many beautiful but impractical school supplies. Seeing that the holiday was about to start, she bought a new school bag and so on. Needless to say, it must have been bought by the two old people for her. The money belongs to the parents, and it is difficult for them to control how they spend it. Besides, it is all for their grandson, so it is even more difficult to say. Instead, Joe Killen was worried that her son would say something about her, so she took the initiative to explain. Your father and I haven't bought anything for Xiaobao for a long time, so we bought some food and school supplies. Your father and I will watch these foods and will definitely not let Xiaobao eat too much. Looking at his cautious mother, Lin Feng was in a trance for a moment. When did the roles of parents and children change? They became the cautious ones. Lin Feng smiled slightly. It's okay, you can arrange these things, no need to tell me. Seeing that her son was not angry, Joe Killen immediately smiled and responded crisply. She assured her son again, don't worry, I will definitely supervise Xiaobao and won't let her eat too much cold food. In the past, Lin Feng supervised Xiaobao to wash and go to bed, but now that this matter has been handed over to his parents, he has free time. Joe Killen went downstairs and saw her son busy in the kitchen. What are you doing? I'm going to marinate the black chicken for tomorrow's stew and send it to my second uncle later. Mom, why haven't you slept yet? I couldn't sleep, so I went downstairs for a walk. Where's Dad? Joe Killen got angry when she talked about this. Your dad is sleeping so soundly, snoring loudly. Lin Feng asked with a smile, you can't sleep because of snoring? How about changing your room? Joe Killen didn't want to trouble her son. No, he just snores from time to time, not all night. The next day, after Lin Feng sent his children to school, he brought his parents to Lin Don's house. This is the black chicken soup I stewed for my second uncle. My second aunt took it with a smile. Thank you, you're thoughtful. My second uncle was in good spirits and was basking in the sun on the balcony. You are here, your brother Rui and his wife will be here soon. After a while, brother Rui and sister Yan came over, carrying fruits and vegetables. They are all practical people. They don't like to drink milk or anything like that. They are lactose intolerant at their age. Lin Rui is thinner now, not as exaggerated as before. Sister Yan said, he got a gym membership and hired a personal trainer. Being thin is secondary. The key is to exercise. Second aunt laughed. What can you do in the gym? Running and skipping rope can all be used for exercise. Nowadays, people don't have to worry about food and clothing, but the older generation still hopes that the younger generation can save money. That money is not earned by the wind, it is hard-earned money, Don't waste it. Sister Yan is 5 or 6 years older than Raymond Lam. She has received a pension for several months and is waiting for her sons to get married and have grandchildren. Before, we asked him to exercise, but he was only active for 3 days and rested for 2 days. He was not active at all. We had no choice but to go to the gym. The coach supervised him every day. He had to exercise. Now, he knows to exercise without being urged. It's money well spent and worry-free. Second aunt smiled. That's the best, otherwise the money would be wasted. The house was bustling, and Lin Dan confided his feelings to his younger brother. Brother, I don't want to die. Lin Dashan didn't know what to say for a moment. Brother, death is an inevitable process, and we all have to try to accept it. Lin Dan was afraid of death. He looked at the scorching sun outside. I'm afraid of being alone. Lin Dashan held his hand. Go over there and wait for me. Lin Dan's eyes reddened. I have nothing to do during this period. I just think about the old days, our parents, and the children. When we were young, we did some things that were not good for you. We are sorry, brother. Lin Dashan smiled. Brother, so many years have passed, I don't care anymore. You don't have to feel sorry for me or anything. Lin Dan seemed to be fulfilling a wish. I have to tell you, otherwise I won't be at ease, and I will feel bad when I leave. Lin Dashan smiled. We are all family, brother. After chatting for a while, Lin Jiajin went home. Brother Rui, Mr. Lin, you are here too. Lin Jiajin is busy now, and he just went home to buy groceries. Lin Dan called a few pairs over and told them earnestly. You 3 brothers must unite and love each other. No matter what happens in the future, you must be friendly and respectful to each other and live in harmony. Lin Rui, Lin Jiajin and Lin Feng nodded in unison. Lin Dan continued to explain, looking at Lin Rui and Lin Jiajin. Some things are unpleasant to hear, but I have to say it. It can be said that without Xia Feng's help, you would not be where you are today, right? The two replied in unison, yes. Lin Dan's expression became more serious. Then I hope you can all remember this friendship, don't get carried away in the future, and don't know who your brothers are. The two quickly denied it. When Lin Dao died, he also said the same thing. They all knew that it was not Lin Feng who could enjoy their old age, and they also hoped that the brothers would unite and love each other. Lin Dan turned to Lin Feng and said softly, our family has come this far thanks to your help. Second uncle knows it and he is grateful to you. In the future, if they treat you badly or make trouble, don't be polite and teach them a lesson. Lin Feng laughed. Second uncle, you are too polite. Brother Rui and Brother Jiajin have helped me a lot. We will be united and harmonious in the future, don't worry. Lin Dan seemed a little tired. That's good, you guys chat. I'm a little tired and want to go to bed. Everyone sat for a while and left one after another. Chapter 746, Introducing a Partner to Sibeo. Half a month passed in a flash. Lin Dan's body became thinner at a visible speed. In the end, he was just skin and bones. Every day, a nurse came to give him nutrient solution. Joe Killen sighed. The doctor said your second uncle has another half year to live, but we don't know if he can live to that time. Lin Dashan's face was not very good. I'm afraid he won't live. I saw him today. His face was so pale, and he couldn't even sit up. Many old people said, when people get old, they are pitiful. Not only are they sick, but they are also despised by their family members. Lin Feng said, fortunately, the second uncle didn't suffer from any illness. Compared with Lin Dahu, this is already very good. Looking back on the time when Lin Dahu passed away, various complications of his body made him miserable. Another week passed. Erbeo and Sibeo came back. Lin Feng drove to pick them up, and the two old people were looking forward to it at home. If their bodies did not allow it, they would also like to pick up their grandson. This time, not only Erbeo and Sibeo came back, but also Qin Zhang, who looked very proud. On the phone, Erbeo said that Qin Zhang was promoted, but he didn't tell her the details. Erbeo didn't have a problem. Anyway, Qin Zhang was mysterious not just this time, she was used to it. Dad, how is second uncle? Not very well. For a moment, the car fell into silence. Seeing this, Lin Feng told the children the good news, Grandpa and Grandma moved in to live with us. The 4 treasures were all raised by Lin Feng. Their grandparents rarely took care of them, so it stands to reason that they didn't have much affection. But the generations are close, and they are the same as all grandparents. They dote on their grandchildren. Whatever they want, they buy. Whatever they want to eat, they cook. As long as they ask for it, they will satisfy it unconditionally and dote on them. When they grow up, they will go back to their grandparents' house and treat them like they did when they were little, and they will arrange everything for them. When they get home, they see the two elders who have been waiting for a long time. Urbeo and Sabeo are lively, and they go over to act like a spoiled child as soon as they get off the car, making the two elders very happy. Qin Zheng, who was standing by, seemed a little reserved. Hello, Grandpa and Grandma. They had met before. The two elders were very satisfied with their grandson-in-law. When they left last time, they gave him a lot of red envelopes. After lunch, they took a nap and went to see the second uncle together in the afternoon. Lin Dan could no longer walk. When he saw the children, his gray face showed a loving smile. You are back. Come on, I have food here. Take whatever you want. Now, he couldn't speak clearly, which made people feel a lot of emotion. Urbeo hurriedly said, Second uncle, we won't eat if we are full. If we want to eat, we can take it ourselves. Outside, the second aunt secretly wiped away tears. It has only been a short time, and the person has become like this. Joe Killen comforted her, saying that everyone has to go, and she should try to accept it. The couple had already made plans in their hearts, how to arrange the funeral, and even bought the cemetery. For a while, the house was shrouded in a sad atmosphere. During this period, Lin Jiajin handed over all the work to the people below him and took care of his father wholeheartedly. He looked much more haggard. On the way back, Zion Abeo asked Grandpa and Grandma if they would have such a day too. After getting a positive answer, Zion Abeo cried immediately. Everyone has to die. Zion Abeo knew it, but she had never felt it and had always been happy. She saw her second uncle become like this step by step. This experience was unacceptable to her grandpa and grandma who loved her. No matter how they coaxed him, he would cry. They had no way. After parking the car, Urbeo and others got out of another car. Seeing Zion Abeo crying so sadly, they were curious. What's wrong? Why are you crying so sadly? Zion Abeo's mood had just improved a little, but now he cried again. Lin Feng signaled them not to mention it, so as not to make Zion Abeo sad again. After returning home, Zion Abeo was particularly attached to his grandpa and grandma, and even acted like a spoiled child and asked them to wash his face. Seeing this, they also guessed something. Lin Feng's eldest aunt died suddenly, and the four treasures were still young at that time and had no memory. When Lin Dao died, they were just half-grown children and had a vague concept of death. And this time, how could they not feel anything in their hearts? But they are adults, so they naturally won't express all their emotions like Zion Abeo. Urbeo has a job in Yangchang, and Sabeo has nothing to do, so he just plays at home. It was okay in the first 1 or 2 days, and home was a warm harbor. Gradually, some people couldn't stand it. For example, Joe Killen couldn't help but start muttering, Sabeo, you're just sitting at home anyway, why don't you go out for a walk? Sabeo said, Grandma, I'm not going anywhere, I'll stay at home with you. Joe Killen pulled her face slightly, we don't need you to accompany us, you should go out for a walk, otherwise how can you find a girlfriend? Oh, it turns out that the girlfriend is the key. Sabeo sat up, Grandma, it's not that I haven't tried hard to find a girlfriend, maybe it's just that fate hasn't arrived yet. I'm not in a hurry, I'll take my time. Joe Killen frowned, you have to meet your fate, right? You play games at home all day, are you waiting for fate to fall from the sky and hit you? Sabeo answered seriously, well, don't say it, maybe there's such a possibility. Joe Killen was so angry that her face sank, just because I didn't study much doesn't mean I'm stupid, okay? Now among all your brothers and sisters, you're the only one who has no results. Seeing that Grandma was angry, Sabeo hurried to coax her, how about Grandma, how about you introduce me to a few people? Joe Killen was stunned by the question. Sabeo became excited, the people you introduce must be reliable and know each other well. After a blind date, if they are suitable, we will get married, if not, we will just be friends. Joe Killen really didn't think of introducing them to someone, let alone asking a matchmaker. After all, her grandchildren, Sabeo, are all vying for a date, so there is no need for an introduction. But since her grandchildren said so, of course she had to take on this important responsibility. She became interested and asked, then tell Grandma, what kind of girl do you like? Sabeo thought for a moment, well, first of all, she must not be too ugly, right? Look at the appearance of our family. It would be a shame if she was too ugly, and it would easily lower our family's appearance. Jo Killen felt that this request was not excessive, and she could not give an ugly girl to her grandson. Secondly, she must have a good personality, gentle and virtuous, hardworking and serious, and good at housekeeping. Finally, it's okay if she is 1 or 2 years older than me, but I don't want her if she is too young. It felt like she had said it, but it also seemed like she hadn't said it. Jo Killen felt that it was not a big deal, and these requests from her grandson were not a big deal. Okay, Grandma will ask around for you to see if there's anyone suitable for you. Sibeo urged her. Okay, Grandma, call and ask quickly. I actually want to fall in love for a long time. Jo Killen left quickly. After a while, she came back. Have you asked your brothers and sisters? Is there anyone suitable for you? Sibeo said, I have asked, and they are also looking for me. Jo Killen was worried. You have to have high standards, and you haven't found the right one yet. Sibeo complained, Grandma, it's not that I have high standards, it's that I haven't met the right one. Jo Killen said a few words and left. Now, Sibeo can finally play games quietly. Little did he know that troubles were still to come. Chapter 747 Online Dating Life. As soon as Jo Killen made the call, she received messages from several girls in the evening. When Lin Feng and others came back, they saw the two of them who seemed to be discussing something important. What are you talking about? Jo Killen replied, I called someone to introduce a few girls to Sibeo, and asked him to see if there is one he likes at first sight. Erbeo immediately became interested. Oh, then I'll take a look. Xiaobeo also joined in the fun. I'll take a look too. Since everyone was looking, Lin Feng couldn't be left out. There were a total of 8 girls, all of whom looked good, and they also came with personal information. Erbeo was happy. Okay, Grandma, the person you found is quite professional. Jo Killen snorted. Of course, they have been matchmaking for decades, and they are reliable. Erbeo asked with a smile, did you choose one? Sibeo answered like a decent person, I really like this one, her. The girl in the photo looked quiet and pretty. Jo Killen said that she was a clerical staff in a company and was only 23 years old this year. She was in Yangchang. Jo Killen smiled brightly, then I'll ask the matchmaker for the contact information. Sibeo had no objection. When she was looking for a matchmaker, she didn't say it was Sibeo himself, but said that it was a child of a friend of hers, and asked someone to ask her. She was afraid that some girls came for the Lin family's status and position, and the feelings would not be very real. So, they talked online first, and then met online. According to Sibeo, he was handsome. What if the girl was attracted by his looks? Jo Killen thought about it and it made sense. After hearing this, Lin Feng and Erbeo were a little amused. As long as Lin Feng was willing, as long as a few brothers and sisters were willing to help, there would be many daughters of companies and CEOs. Why not help? Because Sibeo, a straight man, ruined the connections between Erbeo and Sanbeo several times. They finally understood that for someone like Sibeo, he had to rely on himself to find one. So, Sibeo began his online love life. Originally, Jo Killen planned to let her grandson go out and make friends to see if he could successfully get out of being single. Now, after falling in love online, I still play games at home. But now, in addition to playing games, there is also online dating. Jo Killen is worried. Seeing that she was frowning about this, Lin Feng thought for a while, or, you can find someone for Jiajin's eldest son. Not only can Jo Killen find a job, but also introduce a partner to relatives, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, how great. Jo Killen clapped her hands, oh, how could I forget that there are other young people in the family who are single, I will call and ask now. Lin Feng smiled and said, go. In the blink of an eye, it was mid-July. Xiaobeo finished his final exams and had summer vacation, and his grades came out 90 points in Chinese and 95 points in mathematics, not bad. It was also after the vacation that Zhang Yuxi came back from Il City and waited for Lindon's matter to be settled before going there. In the hot summer, the whole family was at home enjoying the air conditioning, eating watermelons and playing. There's everything in the small castle, and you can have fun without going out, and there are many activities. For example, Xiaobeo took a few of her best friends to the playground at home. Erbeo had nothing to do, so she went live to sell her own brand of clothes, ointments, etc., just for fun. Raymond Lam was researching a new recipe, and Zhang Yuxi was working in the study. One of the two elders was fishing in the pond outside the yard, while the other was sitting next to Erbeo watching her live broadcast. It can be said that Erbeo made her fortune from live broadcasting, but after her own industry became bigger and stronger, she has not been live broadcasting for many years. It is more in the form of vlogs, recording some of her daily life. Erbeo shouted on the platform that she was going to live broadcast, and wow, within less than a minute of opening it, there were already 3 million fans watching. Until now, there have been 5 million viewers. That's right, 5 million. Erbeo hasn't live broadcasted for a long time, and she started to liven up the atmosphere by holding a lottery. What brand of cosmetics and skincare products will be given away as soon as they win? And what big-name bags and jewelry designed by themselves, if they are happy during the live broadcast, they will be given away. Everything they buy is their own things, and Erbeo has the final say on how much to give away and whether the price is not outrageous. For a while, the live broadcast room was full of joy. I don't need to say anything about this ointment. Our Lin's brand medicine is trustworthy and has great efficacy. Today I'm doing a live broadcast event. It usually costs $199 per piece, but now it's $150, and it also comes with a sample. The link is up. There are only 30,000 pieces. I won't restock if there are no more. Wow, it was sold out in less than 3 minutes. Some people bought 10 by 10. After all, 3 pieces are a course of treatment, and if there is no lazing, you have to treat it slowly. Don't think that 1 piece is only $45 cheaper. For people who buy in large quantities, it's hundreds of dollars. Some even buy dozens of pieces, and consolidation is also very important in the later stage. Next is this pain-relieving plaster. I don't need to explain this. People who didn't grab the ointment just now kept refreshing the screen, hoping that Erbeo would continue to restock. Erbeo held his chin and looked at the screen. Okay, the little cuties have said so, then I will put up another 30,000 pieces. I can't do anything if anyone doesn't get one. Now it's time to compete with a network and hand speed. 1, 2, 3, go to the link. In a blink of an eye, 30,000 pieces were sold out again. Joe Killen, who was standing by, was so shocked. How much money would this cost? No wonder she sometimes saw so many people live streaming when she watched videos. As soon as Erbeo put the goods up, they were basically sold out in seconds. Well, now it's a lucky draw. Let me see what we will give away this time. Give away a necklace. See? This is designed by me. It ranks first in sales this summer. Friends who have bought it should know that it is not only a necklace, but also a ring. Look at the pattern and the design. Raffle 3. Type the words Erbeo is the queen on the screen and take a screenshot later. The top 3 will get this necklace. I said start. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot. Look, screenshot. The live broadcast ended, and Erbeo got up to move around. The live broadcast lasted for an hour, and Joe Killen watched it for an hour. Erbeo is really amazing. She sold so many things. Erbeo smiled. It's mainly because our things are good, otherwise there wouldn't be so many people buying them. Joe Killen nodded. Compared to Sanbeo's low-key style, Joe Killen admired Erbeo's publicity and high profile. When she was young, she was also a strong woman. When she did things, people around her praised her for being good. Grandma, if you like live streaming, you can do it. Joe Killen asked curiously, can I sell things too? She is over 70 years old. How much money can she make? She mainly wants to have fun. She used her mobile phone before and saw people of her age live streaming, such as square dancing and cooking. Erbeo thought about it. Sure, we can just sell our own things. If you don't want to sell, you can live broadcast something else. It depends on what Grandma can do. Joe Killen was confused. I don't know anything. Erbeo smiled. It's okay if you don't know anything, just live broadcast your daily life. By the way, doesn't Grandma know how to grow vegetables? You can live broadcast that too. Joe Killen had an idea when she heard it. Then I will live broadcast growing vegetables. When people get old, you have to find something for them to do, otherwise they are prone to Alzheimer's disease. Chapter 748 Joe Killen wants to live broadcast. Do what you say. Anyway, Erbeo is free these days, so he went to buy equipment for Grandma. When the whole family learned that Joe Killen was going to live broadcast, they all encouraged and supported her. Only one person said something sarcastic, that is, her husband Lin Feng, which made her very angry. However, Joe Killen has been with him for a long time and has her own set of Buddhist methods, so she ignored it. In the afternoon, Urbeo bought the live broadcast equipment and taught her how to use it after installing it. It was all very simple. Joe Killen learned it after listening to it twice. She rubbed her hands and planned to do a live broadcast. Her live broadcast content is the vegetable garden outside the yard. She can live broadcast when she tinkers with it every day. Urbeo bought a tripod with good stability, put the mobile phone on it, and adjusted the angle. Grandma, it's done. The picture focuses on the ground, so when she sees the surrounding environment, Joe Killen is busy with her own things and gradually forgets about the live broadcast. When she saw the equipment, she remembered it and walked over to see that there were only 3 people watching. Although there were only 3 people watching online, Joe Killen was very happy and greeted them. In order not to disturb her, everyone let her live broadcast outside alone. How is it? Urbeo really didn't know what the channel was. Joe Killen was tinkering with it herself, and she hadn't asked yet. She was worried that no one would watch it, which would dampen Joe Killen's enthusiasm. Unexpectedly, Joe Killen smiled and said, "There are 3 people watching. I made an appointment with them to meet at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning." Seeing her happy, everyone was relieved. It was going well at the beginning. In the following days, Joe Killen live broadcast once in the morning and at 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. For this reason, she even wore her reading glasses. Otherwise, she couldn't see the comments on the screen. From 3 people watching at the beginning to 200 people watching later, it was an encouragement to her. Lin Feng saw that the boss was having a lot of fun, so he also joined the camera to work with her. He was not as good as Joe Killen in this regard, so he could only do the work of helping. The couple bickered while broadcasting live. For example, "Give me the sickle." "Here. I don't want this sickle, I want the new one." "You didn't tell me you wanted a new one. This one is not broken and can be used. I bought a new one because it is not convenient for me to use. I asked you to get me a new one, why are you so talkative?" "What do you mean I'm talkative? I just asked a question, why are you so angry? Don't you know to use your brain to think about it? Why do you have to ask everything? For example, you pulled out these weeds, did you know that? Who are you looking down on? I'm so old, I should know what grass looks like. Yes, you're the best, I'll leave it to you, I'll go water it. Go ahead, stop nagging." After a while, Joe Killen screamed, "Oh, why did you pull out my seedlings?" "No, I pulled out weeds. If you don't believe me, look up, it looks like seedlings." "Oh my god, the seedlings that I worked so hard to grow, you destroyed them? Just now you complained that I was nagging and said I looked down on you, what's the result?" "What's the result?" "Well, they all look almost the same, you can't blame me entirely." "So, blame me, right? If you have poor eyesight, wear glasses and watch from the side." "Me? Why are you making personal attacks? I'm too lazy to talk to you, give me the seedling, and see if I can." "There are no whiskers anymore. It can't be planted." "Well, don't be sad, it's just a seedling, don't be angry. Get out of my way, I'm annoyed when I see you." Another example. 2 people are busy chatting at the same time. "What are we eating tonight?" "Whatever you cook, what do you want to eat?" "I want fried chicken legs." "Fried chicken legs? This is too greasy, you can't eat it, it's not easy to digest." "It's okay, you can eat it occasionally, you don't eat it every day, it won't affect you." "You still want to eat it every day? Are you dreaming?" "I didn't say I would eat it every day, I just said I would eat it occasionally. I ate it once yesterday and it was quite delicious." "Well, I can't make the decision. I have to discuss it with my son. He said you can eat it, so you can eat it." He definitely doesn't want me to eat it." "Then don't eat it. You know it's not good for your body, but you still eat it. It's not right to do so." "But I want to eat it." "Then just bear with it." "Why are you like this? I can't even eat it occasionally. What's wrong with me? I didn't ask you to eat it, I just asked you to talk to my son yourself. The decision is in his hands. But, can you help me talk to him? I'm busy." Such things can show that a couple dislike each other at the same time, and they can also show off in your face. Seeing their daily bickering is like seeing the scenes of them getting along with their grandparents. Every day's live broadcast bickering is different, but no matter how they quarrel in the end, you can see that the relationship between the two is very good. Especially Joe Killen, who has a very Buddhist personality, a good temper, and is very good at arguing. She can always make the other partner speechless, and at the same time, when faced with nagging, she just listens in one ear and out the other. Because of the addition of Lin's father, the content is no longer monotonous and has attracted more people. From 200 people, it finally reached 1,000 people, and some people even gave them gifts. The couple was so happy. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 749 Second Uncle is Gone. In mid-August, Lin Dan was suddenly sent to the hospital and fell into coma. It was midnight when Lin Feng received the call, so he quickly put on his clothes and went to see what was going on. Zhang Yuxi was worried, so Lin Feng asked her to take care of the family and wait for news. After rushing to the hospital, Second Aunt, Lin Jiajin, Wang Lu, and the two children were all there. The light outside the emergency room was always red. Second Aunt turned her back and kept crying. Wang Lu comforted her, and Lin Jiajin remained silent. The light went out. Then the nurse was seen pushing Lin Dan out, followed by the doctor. The man survived the coma this time, but it may not be the case next time. Let them be mentally prepared and prepare for their funeral. When Lin Feng returned home, the house was quiet. Zhang Yuxi woke up in shock. How is second uncle? After a while, Zhang Yuxi said, I hope that when I reach that stage, I can leave in my sleep without any pain. This, perhaps, is a luxury. Lin Feng told her not to think too much. Second Aunt and the others had already started preparing for the funeral, and Lin Feng also asked the children to prepare, and it would be best if they could see each other for the last time. The next day, the two elders learned about this and said after a while, let's go and see. This time, the whole family went. The person was lying in the hospital, using a ventilator, and this time it was a single room. Because Lin Dan couldn't talk to them. Still asleep? Lin Dashan asked solemnly. Second Aunt pursed her lips. He woke up for a while in the middle, told some things, and fell asleep again. I've notified all the relatives and asked them to come and see him for the last time. Lin Dashan nodded. Xiao Feng notified the children today, and they said they will be back in the next day or two. On Saturday, Dabao arrived in Yangchang. On Sunday evening, Sanbao and Xiao Yuan came back. The family gathered together in this way and had a rare lively meal. At the hospital, the children went to see Lin Dan. Second Aunt called and said that the person was awake, and asked them to come quickly, and they didn't know how long he would be awake. Lin Dan was speechless at this time. His face was pale, and his eyes could not focus. The children called second uncle several times before he responded and looked at them slowly. He raised his hand slightly and wanted to say something, but Dabao, as the eldest, immediately held his hand. Second uncle, we are all good, you don't have to worry about us. You don't have to worry about our marriages, they will definitely be successful. Not only us, but our peers will definitely be united and friendly, help and support each other, don't worry. What Dabao said seemed to be what he wanted to say. He pulled the corners of his mouth, as if smiling, very satisfied. On the way back, everyone was silent. When they were about to get home, Lin Jiajin called. Lin Feng had a bad premonition. Sure enough, Lin Dan, his second uncle, the children's second uncle, was gone. The car stopped by the roadside, and Lin Feng turned his head to look at his parents. Lin Dashan said lightly, we all know. Seeing him for the last time was like putting an end to worry, with no regrets. They found a one-stop funeral service, and everything was done properly. Dagu and Linda, who were both buried in their hometown. Lin Dan said that he wanted to go home for burial. Looking at the calendar, the earliest burial date is 3 days later, otherwise we have to wait until 2 months later. In this summer, even the freezer can't wait for 2 months. After discussing it, it was decided to be 3 days later. On the day of the burial, everyone wore black clothes, and everyone's face was sad. Xiaobao followed Lin Feng in silence. After returning home, Lin Dashan locked himself in the room. From today on, he has no parents and no brothers. Joe kill inside, let him be in peace. In the evening, Lin Dan walked out of the room with a normal expression, and everyone could see that he had cried. This time, the four treasures and Xiaobao had personally experienced the separation of their loved ones, and they cherished the time with their family even more. Everyone else had gone to bed, and the four treasures rarely got together. They ordered food outside and ate together. Erbeo drank beer, his eyes sweeping over everyone's faces one by one. In the future, we must get together at least 5 times a year. Any objections? Everyone had no objection and agreed very much. Erbeo looked at Sanbeo. She had the farthest journey among them, and it would take nearly 40 hours by plane. She got angry when she thought about it. She couldn't do anything to her sister, but her brother-in-law still had a way. She glared at Xiao Yuang fiercely. It's all his fault that he abducted his own sister. Xiao Yuang hung his head, and was as quiet as a chicken at this time. Erbeo snorted coldly and told the plan. If nothing unexpected happens, Big Brother and I, the fourth brother, will settle in Beijing. Beijing and Guangzhou are not far away, it's pretty good. That's right, third sister, we will have to make several trips by then. When we are free, we will go to see you together, Sanbeo said shockingly. By then, we may have broken up. Xiao Yuang was shocked. Exclamation mark. They are not even married yet, and they are thinking about breaking up. This can't be possible. Sanbeo turned around and said realistically, who knows, right? Xiao Yuang groaned. Don't worry, it's impossible. Sanbeo didn't say anything, leaving Xiao Yuang alone and not knowing what to say. Sanbeo's job is very flexible, so he can stay in Yangcheng for a month this time. Sibeo asked for leave, and because of the death of his elder, his superiors asked him to go back in half a month. Dabeo was given a 10-day vacation. There was no other way, his job was too important, and 10 days was already cruelly granted. In other places, when someone passes away, they have to treat everyone to dinner. When the eldest aunt passed away too suddenly, they didn't do it. Lin Dahu said that they didn't do it when he passed away, so there was no need to do it for Lindan. On the day of Lin Dashin's burial, he was sad for a long time, and he was back to normal after he recovered. At their age, they have to go on this journey after all, and after being sad, they can't cry. Life must be lived as it should be. Chapter 750, Versailles. As soon as you speak. Because the four treasures came home, the sad atmosphere was washed away, and the days became lively. Lin Feng is now in the kitchen all day. There are 12 people eating at home, including a few foodies. He has to prepare more. Besides, it's rare for the children to come back. All the dishes they like are made for the children, as if they are afraid that they can't eat them. Joe Killen's live broadcast has also been restarted. After explaining the reason to everyone, she continued to bury her head in farming. Lin Dashin was much quieter than before, and Joe Killen didn't say anything when she confronted him. Joe Killen almost shut herself up. Let's broadcast something else. In this environment, Joe Killen didn't want to grow vegetables because she was unhappy. Why was she unhappy? Because of someone. Lin Dashin was surprised. Then what would you do? This sentence made Joe Killen so angry that she stopped talking and took down her phone and hit him in the face. I can take a picture of you. Lin Dashin immediately took a step back in embarrassment. Don't make trouble. At this moment, the picture changed, and the audience saw a castle. It turned out that the ordinary old lady was actually a rich grandmother. Lin Dashin got angry and hurried in. I don't want to bother with you. Hey, the more he acted like this, Joe Killen didn't know why, the more she wanted to torment him. Holding her phone and following him, I can really take a picture of you. Don't you like to practice fishing? I'll live broadcast this next time. As the screen changed, the comment area exploded. Everyone thought that this was an ordinary old lady who lived in the countryside. Unexpectedly, not only did she live in a small castle, but the handsome men and beautiful women behind her were all big guys. The comment area was immediately filled with howling, and the camera swept to see Lin Feng and his wife busy in the kitchen. It also caught a little cutie who was eating secretly, and the next second the camera returned to Lin Dashin. Grandma, go slowly, be careful not to fall. Sanbeo's voice came from behind, and the camera suddenly showed her bare face without makeup, and there was no dead angle at a close look. Sanbeo blinked and found that it was actually Grandma who was live broadcasting, and it was called Grandma Wants to Grow Some Vegetables. They all knew that Grandma had fallen in love with live broadcasting recently, and everyone didn't bother them in their own leisure time. The comments were all about Sanbeo, and some were about Dabeo and Erbeo. Sanbeo greeted them. Hi, everyone, I'm Sanbeo. Joe Killen smiled lovingly at the camera and said proudly. Do you know her? My granddaughter, she's very pretty. Whether a child has achieved anything or not, It is a matter of pride and pride in the eyes of parents. In Zhou Qilin's heart, even if it was Raymond Lam who had nothing for more than 20 years, she was proud of him from the bottom of her heart. Now, the grandchildren and grandsons born to her by her son and daughter-in-law are all the best. She really showed off to everyone she met, and finally she had enough of showing off, and she was Versailles as soon as she spoke. She smiled and pointed the camera at Dabao's face. I don't know if it's because she often stays up late, but Dabao is in a very good mental state except for her skin. Unlike the researchers in my memory, Dabao is not bald, not fat, and doesn't wear glasses. Not only does he look clean, but there is a sense of majesty between his eyebrows, and his eyes reveal wisdom. He was wearing a very ordinary white t-shirt, with a valuable watch on his wrist and a love bracelet on the other side. It was hard to imagine that such a serious person would wear a bracelet. He greeted the camera with a smile, and said in a low voice, "Hello everyone." Zhou Qilin smiled. "This is my eldest grandson, who is engaged in scientific research and is very good. Don't think about it, he already has a girlfriend, and his girlfriend is very good." Erbao, who was next to Dabao, took the initiative to appear on the camera. "Hello everyone, I am Erbao. This is the live broadcast room opened by my grandmother. I hope everyone will support it." You can tell at a glance that he is a man of action. Zhou Qilin smiled and said to the camera, "This is Erbao, many people should know her. She is very good at live broadcasting. She taught me and bought me the equipment. Unfortunately, she is already engaged and will be married this year. Are you disappointed?" Not to mention, Zhou Qilin's personality has become more lively during this period of live broadcasting. Sitting next to Erbao is Sibao, who is playing games on his mobile phone. Zhou Qilin's smile faded a lot. "This is my fourth grandson. He looks okay and is a coach. He likes playing games the most. Apart from being a little lazy, he has no other shortcomings. I don't know whether he is single or not. Anyway, I am busy introducing him to someone. If you like him, you can recommend yourself. As I said, our family only looks at character, not other things." After Zhou Qilin finished speaking, she saw that Sibao was still motionless and reminded him, "Don't play anymore. Say hello to my friends in the live broadcast room." Sibao said without raising his head, "Hello everyone, I am Sibao." "Oh, go around him from behind and hide him." "Oh, I'm dead." When he looked up, he saw his grandmother staring at him with a bad face. Just when he was about to speak, Zhou Qilin took the camera away and muttered, "There is a reason why he can't find a girlfriend." Sibao saw that he had nothing to do, so he played a game. Zhou Qilin introduced the other members happily. Xiao Yong and Qin Zhang chatted while they were busy shelling beans. The two greeted the camera. Zhou Qilin said with a smile, "These are our two sons-in-law, helping with the housework. This one is for Sanbao, and this one is for Erbao." Needless to say, the two men are handsome. At this time, they are both wearing aprons, and their appearance as good family men makes the young lady in the live broadcast room exclaim that they can't take it anymore. Suddenly, facing so many beautiful critiques, the comment area is full of howling. They are all hitting, "I can do it, I can do it." No matter whether they are men or women, they can all do it. Zhou Qilin doesn't understand that "I can" has so many meanings, and smiled and said, "You can also peel beans." Zaya Abeo followed behind her while eating ice cream, and Zhou Qilin switched the front and back cameras. "Zaya Abeo, come and say hello." Zaya Abeo tilted his head, waved and smiled sweetly. "Hello everyone, I am Zaya Abeo." She was wearing home pajamas, looking sweet and cute, so cute. Zhou Qilin especially cherishes Zaya Abeo. They have taken care of Zaya Abeo for a longer time than the four treasures, and as they are older, they love Zaya Abeo more and more. "This is my youngest grandson, an actor, and he will be in the 4th grade in the second half of this year." When Zhou Qilin was introducing them, Lin Feng's voice came from the kitchen. "Come and help, it's time to eat." In the Lin family, girls have a higher status. For example, Zaya Abeo doesn't have to do anything by herself, just wash her hands and sit and wait for food. Sanbao and Erbao have boyfriends, so they just say, "Sit down, I'll go and do it." So, as soon as the three of them sat down, Sibao sat down with his mobile phone in his hand without raising his head. Dabao on the side said lightly, "Still playing, go and help." The eldest brother is like a father. Dabao is still very majestic and listens to him. Sibao quit the game. Okay. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.